But I say unto you, love your enemies. Bless them that curse you. Do good to them that hate you. And pray for them which despitefully use you and persecute you.
Which is the first commandment of all?
Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might, and with all thy strength. This is the first and great commandment, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Master, thou hast said the truth. There is one God, and none other but He. And to love Him with all the heart, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love his neighbor as himself, is more than all the whole burnt offerings and sacrifices.
Thou art not far from the kingdom of God.
Sure, they got Wale.
What's up, y'all?
Whoa, hold on.
Is that Linus Tech Tech?
You do something. What you be doing?
I'm on here freestyling for people, man. Can I do a freestyle for you guys?
That's that dude. That's that TikToker.
Oh, damn. Yo, can I do a freestyle for you guys?
Give us one. Wait, turn up.
Hold on. We gotta give him words. We gotta give him words.
Give me the most creative, challenging words you can think of.
Ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ambidextrous. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Another big one.
Another big
Chronicle.
one. Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan. All right.
Okay. Revolutionary.
Ambidextrous, chronicle, Afghanistan, and revolutionary. Those are the words? Y'all ready?
Yep.
All right, let's go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Other artists really need to get their flex up. When it come to freestyles, yo, I'm next up. I be shining kinda like my man's necklace. Use both sides of my brain, I'm ambidextrous. I'm the freshest type. They can feel the vibes from left to right. Y'all know that I'm the dopest on jams. Ambidextrous, cause I can use both of my hands. Then again, it don't matter if I'm right or left-handed, cause I never write it. I hope you understand it. I provide it right off the tip of the brain. And when I'm spitting for my people, all my shit is insane. I make it happen. I'ma kick a rap verse. Shout to my homie with the necklace and the black shirt. Filming on the phone, gotta get it on your camera. They got questions, Harry is the answer. Yeah, I'm about to make it known. When I rhyme, I be entering the crazy zone. Thank you for the words, y'all came up with the good stuff. Shout the homie chilling in the middle with his hood up. I go beyond your flow, going places other rappers wanna go. Do it by myself, no sponsor, bro. I'm delivering the rap chronicles. Your level up, I go beyond it. Matter of fact, I'm about to get you lifted like the Chronic. Can't nobody else rock this way. High like the Chronic, that's word to Dr. Dre. H-Mac, I'ma put it down. Every time I'm rhyming, they be loving my sound. Can't nobody really do it like me. Winning in my psyche. Shout my homie who be rocking Nike on the zip up. I get props whenever I be spitting. They gon' see me on TikTok for hip hop. I'ma put it down for all of y'all. I be cold shivery. This here is the Chronicle delivery. Delivering the magazine and the periodical. I got the hottest flow. You know I brought it, bro. I ain't never slipping. Yeah, y'all just be assistant. I'm Michael Jordan. These rappers like Pippen. Think they on my level, homie. They be tripping. I grip the mic and then I'm about to slam the jam from LA to Afghanistan. I'm about to break it down till I find my peace. They put my music in the Middle East, yeah. All my lyrics are gigantic, I'm about to make a panic. They can feel my shit across the whole planet, yeah. Lyrics is what I'm about to push. He was like, yo, he's rapping right now. He said, shush, please be quiet, he's really getting down. I'ma blow your mind with the rhymes that's profound. I be doing me, and y'all know they never doing Harry. When it come to lyrics, all my flows are revolutionary. What I mean to say is when I'm spitting off the brain, I be revolutionary, go against the grain. I'm about to make a change the whole earth. I'm about to blow your mind with the freestyle verse. The beat style, but I wasn't ready to end. H-Mac be the freestyle internet trend, let's go.
Yo.
It's a new moon under the heavens.
In the days of old, tales of land have been told. The lies flat as we walk on her face. No curve nor spin, this steadfast place. Sun and moon danced overhead as stars shimmer in dreams unsaid. Flat as the horizon we stand so proud. Underneath the heavens we sing out loud. The earth does not move, we stay in our grounds. Around us the cosmos spins round and round. Legends of giants, horizons so wide. No distant curve, just a flatland ride. A world that holds secrets within its embrace. As the sun and moon find their rightful space. With each day dawning we see the light. In this ancient truth our hearts take flight. Flat as the horizon we stand so proud. Underneath the heavens we sing out loud. The earth does not move, we stay in our grounds. Around us the cosmos spins round and round.
Moon.
Sing the truth of land so grand. In harmony let us take a stand. The cosmos unfolds a majestic show. Stillness of earth we find our flow. As the horizon we stand so proud. Underneath the heavens we sing out loud. The earth does not move, we stay in our grounds. Around us the cosmos spins round and round.
Well, hey, we're live. Alive. Whoa. DJ New Moon, ace, bro. That's an ace one, bro. I love it. They're all ace. I say it's an ace one. They're all ace. Every single one he puts out, bloody ace. Nice one, DJ New Moon. Mr. Cheswick's got a new one as well that I haven't downloaded yet, but I'll do that for this afternoon's stream. I'll do Mr. Cheswick's for this afternoon. Excellent. How you doing, guys? Good to see you. 5 in so far. Yeah, I've lost loads of subs, man. 5 subs in a day. I don't know what's going on. Don't know if people are unsubbing or if it's YouTube. Or because I mentioned it on Flaxes last night, it could be some of the trolls unsubbing. I don't know. It's either my own guys, the trolls, or YouTube. And there's a lot of funny shit been going on with YouTube lately. Like Carl Taylor, he still can't type in Flaxes. He can't comment in Flaxes. Either can Frank Noble, he can't type in flat, he can't comment in Flaxes either. And if just to make sure Flats unbanned everybody, and it's not working. So yeah, I think DJ New Moon can't comment either in Flaxes, can you, DJ? Yeah, exactly. They're lost. It's true. Well, it's one of them. It's either YouTube don't want me to hit 600 or trolls are unsubbing or something like that. Because I'm bound to have some troll subs, of course I am, I? You know. Then and they will unsub. Canada, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Hopefully. And Mandela effect is real. It's definitely real. Mandela effect is real, without a doubt. And Mandela effect is real. I remember the news, and for years Mandela was said dead in prison. Then 1990s it changed. He was alive and he wrote a book. Yeah. I kind of remember that as well, but not as much as other Mandelas. The initial Mandela about Nelson Mandela, I remember it, but it's not an anchor memory compared to some of the other ones like Monopoly or some of the songs and stuff like that. I never said you had Canada Man. I never. Did I ask any questions to you? I didn't. I've never said a word. I just said hopefully. That's all. I didn't mention anything about changing your mind about anything. I just says hopefully it's good to see you. That's all, dude. That's all I said. But man, I just agreed with you on the Mandela effect. Yes, it's real, without a doubt. Even biblical, even scriptural. A lot of people don't like to think it's happening in scripture, but it is. Mainly the King James, but it is happening in scripture, without a doubt. Without a doubt. But anyway, I'll get on with some of Jim's observations first, and then we'll get on to the. I wasn't going to go live this morning. I was just going to leave it because I'm on this afternoon, and then I'm on tonight for movie night tonight, which will be the first episode of The Chosen, because we've finished House of David, and somebody mentioned about The Chosen, so we'll go into the first and second episode of The Chosen on the first season, because there's 4 seasons, and then we'll do a film of some sort. But that's tonight. And this afternoon's about the satanic panic from the 80s. So I'm on 3 times today. But I wasn't coming on this morning. It's just the fact that I woke up early, about 5:30, and couldn't get back to sleep. So I decided I seen this thing about Men in Black. So I thought, I'll have a look at that. You know what I mean? I might not speak too much through it. It might be more of a watch party. But I'm about to say a few things because I'm still at the tail end of this illness. I haven't been on for 2 days. So there you go. All good. And look, a lot of people think that the Bible can't be changed. Now, if it couldn't be changed, you wouldn't have different publications. You wouldn't have different translations. If it couldn't be changed, then I mean that's not changing. That's just changing certain translations. That's different. But it warns you in Revelation 22. You know what I mean? If any of the words of this book be changed or taken away, like added or taken away, then the plagues of this book will be added unto them. So it wouldn't warn against it if it couldn't happen. So the Mandela effect is a real thing. Supernatural changes are happening in the Bible. Definitely. The one that PJ gets super glued to his chair by the wife and why he is always online. Yeah, no, I'm not. I haven't been on for 2 days, Canada. I haven't been on for 2 days, bro. I've been ill, so I haven't been on for 2 days. You no longer have a spanner and socks. Hold on. What's that? Apparently I started all of this on Sov's channel because I no longer believe in the Mandela effect. So people in Sov started calling me a troll. Well, you're not a troll, but if you don't believe in the Mandela effect, then you don't believe in it. But I certainly tell you, Justin, it is happening, whether you believe in it or not. But yeah, they shouldn't be calling you a troll just because you don't believe in it. You shouldn't be calling you a troll just because you don't believe in it. A lot of people think it's something else. I certainly see it happening. And I don't like to think it because look, certain scriptures, where my name, for I'm a jealous God. Yes, God does say, for I'm a jealous God. That's just to show you how badly he looks on idolatry. You know what I mean? Idolizing other gods. So he's calling himself a jealous God because we were his people. They were his people at the time, and they were betraying him. So he's saying they're my people. Do you know what I mean? He's not actually jealous as such. It's just a way of expressing how much how bad idolizing false gods is. But yes, so it does say he is a jealous God, but never was his name jealous. Never was his name jealous. Never. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. I've got one that one can. Wow, I might as well just call you Chuck. It's easier. Hey Chuck, how you doing, bro? Good to see you. Maybe you're just waking up and wanted to say hi. Hope you're doing okay. I'm fine, bro. I'm fine. I've been off the past couple of days because I had a little bug or something. I had like migraine for 2 days. I couldn't eat. My stomach was all It felt like I had sick in my throat. My stomach felt okay as such. It felt hungry, but I couldn't eat. But it felt as though I was sick in my throat all the time. And I was never sick, but I felt sick, and it felt like it was clogged at the back of my throat. It was weird. But yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. But it's good to see you, Chuck, bro. It's good to see you. We don't see you often. Still keeping up to date with your videos. Well, not up to date, but I do see some of your videos. So I've got a lot to try and catch up with. I do use them sometimes as well. I use them sometimes in my lives as well, Chuck. I haven't used one for a little while, but I do use them. I do use them. But it's good to see you, bro. It's good to see you. Right, I'll start off as I usually do. I'll get some of Jim's observations up, bro. Bro, I mean, people's. I'm calling bros like there's one person now. Paige, you're a numpty sometimes. Yeah, I just come across this video. Like I say, I wasn't going to go live, but I've already got Jim up ready. What an idiot. What an idiot. Yeah, I was going to, like I say, I wasn't going to go live this morning because I couldn't. I woke up about 5:30. I couldn't get back to sleep. I seen something from a channel called Metaphysical. It's more paranormal type channel. Obviously, I don't believe in paranormal. I believe that people see these things, but if they do, it's demons. But this one's about Men in Black, so I want to see what they got to say about that. Because, yeah, we've seen these videos of Men in Black. We've heard stories about Men in Black. Are they real? I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue. I dare say they could be real because of what's going on in the world, but, you know, I haven't got a clue. Staying busy as always. Definitely good to see you, bro. And you too, bro. It's always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure. Sergio came into Flats' last night. We had to ban him straight away again because Flats had to free him. Flats freed everybody. Flats freed everybody that had been blocked because a certain someone that shouldn't have been blocked couldn't comment. But it's just so happened he wasn't blocked anyway. It's some kind of glitch or YouTube or something. So Flats did an exodus to all these trolls, basically, and everybody started coming in. Sergio was one of them because Flats was talking about, because we were talking about Jesus being God. It was the debate. We was reviewing the debate between David Wood and Alex. I can't remember his surname. Alex, whatever. But you know the guy. We were reviewing that, and Sergio came in as always. Salty Sergio came in with the old crap again. He's the worst heretic on YouTube. He's saying all we've got is streaming. In fact, look, I'll actually show what I'll go to my my community page actually because I put something up there. It done my nothing, so I just put something up. Oh, nobody sees my community page anyway, so it doesn't really freaking matter. No, where's my community page? Right, go to my channel. Sorry, I just want to quickly show you. View channel. He came in and said more than this. But he was given a chance, and within 3 comments, he was gone. He was gone. Posts. I actually went to, because I couldn't see his comments, I had to go to Google because I had him blocked. Hidden as well as blocked. But so I had to go to Google to unblock him so I could then ban him, so I could see him, because nobody was banning him. So I could ban him. By the time I didn't block him, come back, Flats had banned him. So now he's unblocked on my Google, and I can't block him again until I see him. Right, so here's what I put up. Right. Share first. Share this, guys, quickly. Is that the one? Yeah. Right, so this one here. So this is after he's been banned, but this Vicky took a thing. Even Sergio's sock. So this is after he'd been banned. Then he come in with Sergio's sock account. Literally, Sergio's sock account. Why can't anybody see my blimmin'? Why can't my cursor be seen? I can't see my cursor. It's weird. I can see my cursor in front of the screen, but I can't see it on the StreamYard side. It's weird. Anyway, I see that when I press. You have to press. I have to press my button. Right. So you can see Sergio's sock account. So it's after he'd been banned. So he come in with his sock account, and he said, bunch of adult children that love drama and disorder, lying about God day and night, with black stony hearts, blocking people and streaming is all you have. Bunch of brutish bullies. Right? So that was his second account he was blocked on, hidden on. So I said, this is the height of hypocrisy. Sergio saying all we have is streaming from a guy that streams himself and is in other people's streams a lot of the time. We are bullies, but never go to his channel or any other channel that he has. But we bully him. He is banned, so how can we bully him? Sergio, you are not a nutty. And lying about God is what he does, hence why we call him the heretic. That's what I said in reply to what you've got to say, because he's always got something to say like that. I'm sorry, I just have to get out there. I mean, I don't want to go on about Sergio, but I just had to get it out there about him because he's always saying this stupid stuff. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So just a minute, son. It's all good, no worries. I'm just not going back to soft chat. Oh, okay, I'll get you. Okay, well, that's up to you, bro. But they shouldn't really even calling you. They shouldn't be really calling you a troll just because you don't believe in the Mandela. There's a lot of people who don't believe in it. There's a lot of people who don't believe in it because a lot of people don't see it. But I can assure you, I definitely see it. I definitely see it, Justin. But that me saying I assure you is not convincing you, obviously, and that's not going to convince you. The only thing that's going to convince you is the penny dropping for yourself. You know, it might happen, it might not. You might be right, I might be wrong, but I see it. I definitely see the changes. But yeah, let's get a few Jim's observations up first, as we usually do. Because I'm just blethering away talking rubbish. Right, which one shall we do, Jimmy? Boy, Jim's not even in, is he? Of course he's not, but it doesn't matter. Is these news one? Oh, 3 hours ago. Okay. Let's do the two shortest ones. This one. You used to believe in it. Okay. Well, to be honest, I don't actually think he did a 180. I think he knows it's flat, but he was always an anti-flat earther, just pretending to be a glober. But I still think he knows it's flat. Yeah, kind of says, I guess a lot of crap happened since I stopped watching a month ago or so. A lot of trolls. I seen even Jaren now did a full 180 and is an anti-flat earther. Yeah, he did. But I'm not sure it's a 180. I mean, I think it was all part of the plan. So I think he sees the logic in flat earth, but he's always been a baller. That's all I can say, because everybody predicted it. I mean, people seen it for years with Jaren, didn't they? So, I mean, there's got to be something to that. Everybody's seen it. Not everybody, obviously, but a lot of them seen it. And then when we say, see, told you so, when it happens, they say, no, nobody ever said that was going to happen. Of course they did. A lot of people predicted it. And that's not prophecy. That's just because of discernment, I think. Sorry, stop that. I don't need to stop that when I'm playing, when I'm talking. I keep it low enough so I can talk. See, I seen the Lion and the Lamb change a week apart. I remember hearing about it, and I checked it, and it hadn't changed. It hadn't changed for me. Then a week later, it had. So I didn't see it physically changing, but I seen it in the same book a week later. Changed, you know. I remember hearing about it. It hadn't changed for me. It hadn't. Then a week later, I looked at it again. It had changed. So I have to say through my own experience that I seen that. I noticed that. So unless I was gravely mistaken somehow, I can't see how. Yeah, God does matter more, but have we not been told this would happen? I mean, I don't know for sure. Is it part of the Great Delusion? I don't know. Do I think God is doing it? I don't. A lot of people think God is doing it. I think Satan is doing it somehow, but God's allowing it. That's how I see it. And I could be wrong about that as well. If it is happening, I could be wrong about who it's happening by, who's the what you call it, instigator of it, you know? No idea. But I'm saying no idea. I have an idea, I have my own beliefs on it, but I could be completely wrong. It could be the God is doing it. I don't know. But I believe it's the devil, but God's allowing it. God does matter more. Of course he does. But we can't ignore these things. Because if supernatural changes keep happening and keep happening, at some point, it will be unrecognizable. You know? So the Bible I'm talking about. So I do think it's important to a certain degree. God obviously is a lot more important to focus on God rather than these things. But if this is something that has been prophesied, if it is something that's been prophesied, is it not then it's important? I think it is. No. Exactly. That's why I say it's not God, Carol. That's why I say it's the devil doing it. You know? But God allows it. That's your prerogative. That's your prerogative, Justin. You're entitled to it, bro. Absolutely, man. I'm just saying, to me, it's definitely got an importance, you know? Well, that's good, I think. In the time I stopped watching you, PJ, and other podcasts and the news, and just watching dumb TV series and movies, I have no anxiety. That's good for you, but I don't know whether to take that as an insult to me or not. Since I stopped watching you, I've got no anxiety. That doesn't sound nice to me, Canada. I don't know if that's true or not, but thanks. It's good that you have no anxiety, but if it's because I was part of the reason I caused you anxiety, I can't see why. Okay. Hey, Dave Banner, good to see you. Canada, if you don't want to be here, don't be here. Good to see you, Banner. Always a pleasure, man. Chuck, bless you, bro. Thanks for popping in, man. Hey, I'm not telling you to go, Canada. I'm saying if you don't want to be here, then you can go. You don't have to. You know what I mean? But you never intended it as an insult. But you said since you stopped watching me and other podcasts. I mean, you put my name in there. How is that not an insult? Saying I caused you anxiety from what? What did I cause you anxiety from, bro? You know, all I do is sit on here and tell what I see is the truth. You know, but go then. I'm not that bothered, to be honest, Canada. Hey, Sogs, good to see you. Good to see you. Canada, you were racist when you used to come when you were on here before, but you just turned all of a sudden just because I've got an opinion that contradicts to yours. Exactly, Canada. I think you're welcome here. My point is, if you don't want to be here, don't be here. That's it. But I'm glad you're here in general. But if you don't want to be here, then I mean, why are you saying things like that? But it's all good. You can be here. I'm happy for you to be here. But you're probably gone anyway, so you're not listening. Carl Taylor says, okay, PJ, have a good stream. Rugby time. Ignore the fish. Go Crusaders. I don't know who they are, but Go Crusaders. Bless, bro. Oh, shit. Jono's in. I didn't even say hello to him. Jono, bro, good to see you. And Jim's in. Bloody hell. Good to see you, Jim. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Sogs, good to see you. I think I said hello to Sogs. I'm by now. Yeah, I did. Oh, you're still there, Canada. I don't want you to go. I'm just saying, if you don't want to be here, don't be here. So, and you answered. Okay. He didn't have to time him out, bro. I think he's already gone. He didn't have to time him out, man. But I think he's already gone. Oh, for goodness sake. I mean, to be honest, it was a bit. I hate to go on about it, but it was a bit of an insult. It was a bit of an. You said it wasn't intended. I mean, come on. You used my name. Hold on. For the Mandela effect. Oh yeah, I know that. Where is it gone? Where is it gone? Yeah, you said in the time I stopped watching you, PJ, and other podcasts and the news, and just watched dumb TV series and movies. I have no anxiety. So you're watching dumb stuff, and that took your anxiety away from the likes of me and other podcasts and the news. That doesn't say a lot for me, you know. If dumb TV series takes your anxiety away from the likes of me, wow. I've never said anything to you that bad. I disagreed with what you believe about a certain race. That's it. And I don't believe in race, to be honest. There should be no such thing as race. Well, I don't know if he was a troll, but he was fine. He was always fine to start off with. He actually got offended with certain things that were put in chat that wasn't really that offensive. It's just somebody kept spamming chat once, but that person is banned, and he left because the person was spamming chat. But he was just saying silly things. He wasn't slagging anyone off. He was just saying like silly things, like he was drunk or something, you know. Yeah, okay, Justin, that's cool. Yeah, I get you, man. Because, like, I mean, Vicky did say that as well. I mean, but I tend to like, even people who are trolls, I tend to give them more of a chance than like Vicky would or something like that. But there's certain trolls I won't give a chance at all. They'll get instantly banned because of what they've already done, you know. Yeah, of course, it's your opinion, bro. You're entitled to it. You're entitled to it, man. Absolutely. Oh, Mr. Super's here as well. Mr. Super, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Yeah, he's pulling a Luca. Who's pulling? Oh, right. Okay. Okay. Oh, what happened in Flats is, it's not anything happened in Flats. Well, it's just the fact that, right, some people got in contact with me. One's in chat now, got in contact with me. Cartel got in contact with me saying, have I been blocked on Flats for some reason? I can't comment and all that kind of stuff. And I says, you shouldn't be. And I can't see why Cartel would be blocked. So I checked one night. Flats said, no, he's not blocked. Carl still couldn't comment. I asked Flats to look again. He looked, he couldn't see him, so he freed everyone on the block list. He freed everyone to make sure. And Carl still couldn't comment. Also, Frank Noble couldn't comment with his Frank Noble account. And I think DJ New Moon couldn't comment for a bit. I'm not sure. But someone told me DJ New Moon couldn't comment, but I don't know if that's true because I was told that. You know what I mean? The other ones I witnessed. But yeah, so things like our Rumble channel disappeared. I mean, that's not YouTube, but it's Rumble, and Rumble has got no clue. But I think it's either YouTube, trolls doing something somehow, because my channel completely disappeared. Completely. Rumble's got no sign of it. I mean, how do you lose a channel with 117 followers and 2 subs? You know, on Rumble. And then the thing with Flats as well. It's mad. Yeah, exactly, Sogs. YouTube. See, I don't know. I think with my Rumble thing, it's got to have been trolls, though. It was just funny that it happened the night after I seen Brenda in Rumble. You know what I mean? On Vlad's channel. You know what I mean? But, when's your next mix, Banner? Oh! Started playing it again. It's not even on screen. There it is. Yes, but DJ New Moon, it's nothing to do with any of the mods. Mods do hide people. They only hide the trolls I see. Yes, there are some mistakes made, obviously, but it's nothing to do with the mods because Flats has unblocked all of his block list. Nobody is blocked anymore except the few couple was blocked yesterday. But he freed everyone, and the people still can't comment. So it's nothing to do with mods. It's not mods at all. There was one time we had a rogue mod. That's why Flats took away all the spanners at one point, but that was 2 years ago. You know, but yeah, it was. Yeah, you couldn't. It's no, you're not hidden. You're definitely not hidden, DJ. Nobody's hidden. Nobody was hidden. It's something's going on. Don't know what's going on. But Flats freed absolutely everyone. He couldn't find Carl Taylor, so he freed everyone, just to be sure. So it's nothing to do with mods hiding people because they weren't there in the first place. You know. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that was awful. That was awful. It's what was his it's silly, what's that stuff got silly, that stuff they inject into their arms to make it look big? Oh, I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, one more and then we'll get on to the topic. Oh no, not that one, that's 10 minutes. Wrong one. That's 10 minutes, Jim. What's going on? Oh, I still haven't been on Discord yet. I'll check that later, Justin. I haven't been in Discord for years, so I'll check that later. I totally forgot about that thing, the Bible study thing. I'll check that out. No, Deborah, we can't see you. No, totally blind to you, Deborah. Good to not see you, Deborah. Good to not see you. Bless you, Deborah. That flipping Jim, aye, absolutely. I got a couple of tracks lined up, another Jan diss track and a McToon rock track, but I was thinking, DJ, I might not even release them because I'm bored of those guys. Oh, Jaron Duffy, FTFE, Simon, Dan. I know, I am too, but they're still funny. They're still funny. But keep them. If you don't release them, keep them at the back of your mind, just in case some other event happens. Like, hold on, so I can speak properly. You should keep them in the back burner, just in case, Banner, because remember the TFE trailer's coming out this week. So once it's out, we could react to it because you're allowed to react to trailers. I don't know if it's going on Netflix or whatever, or if they're just doing the documentary for YouTube. But even if it is going Netflix or whatever, you're still allowed to play trailers on YouTube because it's not the actual film or documentary, is it? So TFE brings out their trailer next week, so it might be good to keep Synthol. That's it, David, Synthol. Sorry. So who's Deborah, PJ? Is she in chat? I don't see her. No, she's not in chat. I can't see her either. See, there you go. Can you not be seen in Deborah, can you not be seen in Flaxes either? Are you having trouble in Flaxes, Deborah? Oh, so you can't get in either. So you just sit and listen. See? See what I mean? Deborah can't get in either. Deborah can't get in either. And that's what I'm saying. Flats released all the block lists just to be sure. And nobody can, and they still can't comment. So it's nothing to do with people being blocked. Because Deborah wouldn't be blocked. Yeah, just keep it in the back burner, Dave. Definitely. Definitely. Because, like I say, trailer's coming out next week. I don't know what day next week. Somebody told me. Dave told me. Hold on, let me just continue to play this. Come on. No, it was Can't Fix Stupid. It told me about the trailer, but it's not. It didn't tell me the day. So it just says next week. It's released next week, so we'll have to watch out for it. I'm not subbed to TFE, so I'll just have to let somebody tell me when it's out. But oh, Dave, your stream got taken down yesterday. It was did you trim it? Did you trim something to get it back out or anything? Because somebody tried to watch your stream, then they said to me, because I wasn't in yours yesterday at all. But somebody said. Somebody told me that, who was it told me? Said, try to watch. Oh, I think it was the same guy that I've just told you about. Can't Think Stupid. He said that he went to watch the rest of your stream or something like that, and then it had copyright on it or something. And it looked like the same copyright I get, WM, whatever, and, you know, when it's whatever. So you tried to send them some money as well, and they still wouldn't let you. That's nuts, man. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to let Flats know this because, as far as he knows, it's just the people can't comment. And there's something going on. There's something. It's either trolls are hacking or doing something, or YouTube messing it about. It's definitely something because it's not. Nobody's getting blocked. Because everybody was whining about getting blocked. I'm like, nobody's been blocked by them names. I usually notice when someone's been blocked, and I've never seen any of the names getting blocked. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Oh. You might notice in my description, there's a new to streaming or look to level up. Check out StreamYard and get £10 discount. Then there's a link. That's just because in StreamYard, when I was setting up the stream, it gave me a thing to click onto if I put that link in and if someone subscribes to them, then I get a tenner discount of something like that. I don't know how I can get a tenner discount off what, because I pay them monthly. So what will they give me a tenner discount on? I don't know. But yeah, I just clicked it. So the link automatically goes in. Next time I won't bother. Because it's one of them. thing is, he won't be able to give you a wrench until he can see you. That's the thing. You can't get a wrench until he sees you because he has to click you in chat to be able to give you a wrench, or click you in the comments to be able to give you a wrench. So if he doesn't see you, I don't know how he's got to be able to give you a wrench. That's the thing. But it's nothing to do with that. It's nothing to do with people not having wrenches, because Frank Noble came in his other accounts, 2 other accounts. One was Elizabeth and one was something else, Kyle something. And they were fine. They weren't spannered, they weren't wrenched, and they came in, they were fine. But yet his normal Frank Noble account, he can't come in with. And I'm sure his Frank Noble account was a wrench anyway. I'm sure he was wrenched up. I don't know what I could do about it, because he's already released everybody that he could unblock. It's the only thing it could have on our side that it could have been is people being blocked. But he unblocked everybody, and it's not. So I really don't know what's going on. I really don't. I mean, I haven't had any problems in his chat or anything. It's bewildered me. It's got to be YouTube or trolls somehow. See, it's different in Rumble, Deborah. Like Deborah in Rumble, sorry. In Rumble, you have to type the person's name to give them moderation. So, like, as long as you know how it's spelled, you can type their name in, and then they become a moderator. You know what I mean? As long as they're following you, you know? So, like, YouTube, you have to click on their name in chat or comments and give them a moderatorship that way. In Rumble, you have to actually type the name in. So it's easier. It'd be better the Rumble way, you know, if YouTube did it that way. Then it'll do it. Nice one, Jim. Jim's going up in subs and I'm coming down. Lost 5 subs since yesterday. There's definitely something going on. I mean, I usually lose 1 or 2 subs, goes up to back down 1, lose 3, but 5? That's quite a lot to lose, I think, in a day. Don't know what's going on. Really don't. But it could just be trolls. Knowing because I mentioned it in Flaxes. So they started unsubbing. I don't know. Does it matter? If it is them, then the less the better. You know? Oh, yeah. Jim's link for anybody watching the replay or anybody it's not subbed. There it is. And let's get on with the topic. If we don't say much, it's because I don't know much about the Men in Black. Obviously, I heard about them, but I didn't go too far into this stuff. I don't even know if they're real things. I don't know if the people who had experience with them, really, I did see them. But I certainly think it's possible that it could be Men in Black out there. I've certainly seen videos of Men in Black, but, you know, let's have a look at it anyway. It's from a channel called Metaphysical. Where are we? Who are the Men in Black? Real accounts of paranormal, whatever. Don't believe in the paranormal, but obviously I believe in the spiritual, the supernatural. You know what I mean? Different things.
UFO sighting. Witnesses have reported that mysterious men wearing dark suits and hats showed up, sometimes threatening the witnesses not to ever tell what they've seen or else. If you thought Men in Black was just a movie, there's a whole...
And that's the basic story that you hear of the Men in Black, don't you? They come along and told me not to say something about the secret and all that, or what I know about something. That's the kind of stories you always hear about Men in Black type of thing. Different stories, but along the same general lines. Like they knew something, they've been threatened by them, or shushed by them somehow, you know?
Whole historic record that goes back to the 60s, 50s, maybe even much further back.
I do too. A lot of the stuff that was in the X-Files songs, I think the X-Files is legit. Not aliens, but real Dodge stuff. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff in the X-Files that was truly legit. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Obviously not aliens, but even aliens to a certain extent, because I believe that people have these alien experiences are experiencing the demonic, you know. So yeah, a lot of that was real, I think.
Anyone ever considered before. Today on Metaphysical, we're going to go over it all.
No, of course it's not, because there's no such thing as aliens. But the real, it's probably to do with truth and secrets and all that. Of course, it's nothing to do with aliens. That's the agenda that they want you. That's the agenda they put out there. So it gets attributed to us that say that about aliens, that when it's them, probably the government that put it out there in the first place about aliens. No, there's definitely. I mean, if there is Men in Black, it's nothing to do with aliens, of course.
Between the most famous stories you may have heard of to the ones that haven't really seen the light of day, to remote viewing data on these mysterious men, this conversation, it's about to get pretty weird. Join me, investigative researcher Rob Counts, and remote viewer John Vivanco for a metaphysical show that's...
He's a remote viewer. So does that mean someone who sees stuff that's happened, stuff that's going to happen? Is that a remote viewer? Oh, come on. Come on, bro.
Going to be out of this world.
If you're listening to this metaphysical podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
It says they target us like targeted individuals. I've been a targeted individual for a while, gang stalking. I'm a victim of it, so I've experienced it. I know. So of course, people do experience it. I mean, I haven't experienced Men in Black type stuff, but I've certainly experienced stuff where I've been watching stuff like that, definitely. But not that deep. Not that deep is what yours is probably, Justin. But I've experienced some things, you know.
Podcast or anywhere else, that 5-star rating and review really helps us spread like a virus.
I've experienced like the police having to pick on me, stuff like that kind of thing, like always coming to me even when they knew it wasn't me, you know, that type of thing. But when it comes to Men in Black, that type of stuff, no, I haven't experienced that.
Remember, you got to like, follow, and subscribe on YouTube, Rumble, X, and Facebook.
John, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing well. Good.
Yeah. You know, we've been doing the podcast for a few years now, and we haven't gotten into, only anecdotally, we have gotten into the Men in Black. But today, I'm pretty excited that you and I are going to have a chance to talk about some of the strange.
Isn't it all anecdotal if we can't really prove it? What do you mean? Banning so many people in the first place kills the channel. No, it doesn't. If you leave trolls in there, it disrupts the channel. What's the point in leaving them there? And I think Very, Very Groovy has got to be one of the most known trolls, because it's got to be groovy. It's got to be groovy. If it's not, then I apologize, but it looks like. Oh, hold on. I'm just banning so many people was a bad idea in the first place. It only kills. No, it doesn't. No. Why would you want the trolls in your channel in the first place? Why would you want them there with what they do? They disrupt. You know what I mean? People have had bad mental experiences because of them, including my missus. So no, it's not a bad idea to ban trolls. Bad idea to ban anybody, yet bad just everybody. Yeah, of course. But trolls, no. I'll leave you there for a minute. I think you're groovy, but we'll wait and see.
Just stories we have in history, and I think maybe it's one of the deeper rabbit holes that you could get into. I mean, it doesn't really end. You just keep finding weirder things.
Are you the groovy that goes to flats? Tell the truth. If you are the groovy that goes to flats that gets banned, tell me the truth.
And
see if you can.
And you just start wondering what's going on, because I don't think that the 1940s or the 50s is where all of this started. Well, we'll get into some of that, but what do you think, if you were going to define what the Men in Black were for the audience at home, what would you say?
I I mean, the phenomena covers a sort of a broad range, probably a range that most people don't know about, which we're going to go into because the phenomena can vary. But to me, my first experience.
Go heat my coffee up, guys. I'll leave this to play for you. Wow, my thumbnail wasn't too bad then, was it? I should have given him longer jackets. Never mind. And some cars. I just got them walking out of buildings. I should have put some cars in there, so it would have looked better. Some 50s cars and that, like quarter-inch steel cars.
Experience of understanding the Men in Black was through John Keel's work, who was an investigator in the 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, who coined high strangeness, who coined the term Men in Black, and he was the primary paranormal investigator behind the Mothman, and wrote the book Mothman Prophecies. So that was like my first experience in understanding about the Men in Black, and that is full on high strangeness, like bizarro world stuff. So that's where I go with it, like extremely bizarre behavior, and like what the heck are these things and what are they doing? What's their purpose? As opposed to like this thing that goes and warns people, like, you know, don't talk about your UFO sighting, you know, bad things will happen to you.
Which,
Go ahead.
That's weird enough in and of itself. But then,
well, I don't know. Is it? I mean, that's like the government does not want people, especially like when you get back into the 60s and stuff, 70s, and earlier than that. That they were really trying.
The government, the government don't want to give you the actual real truth. Give you snippets of it. I mean, they give you total lies, and then years later they'll give you snippets of it. Like, oh, this was released, CIA released, and all that kind of stuff. But they give you little bits of truth, but mixed with their own narrative, so it sends you down the wrong with your rabbit holes and whatever. So look, yes, the government some people might think that they come out and tell you the truth in the end, but no, they don't. They don't. They're not for you.
To keep a lid on that stuff. And if there was something going on, I think that they would have been more apt to warn people, you know, individually. No internet, people couldn't talk about.
Yeah, of course, Justin. I'm not going to put that on screen because I'll say it, but I'm not going to put it on screen for everybody just to like, you know what I mean? Yeah, remember that I was government, so I'm highly followed and watch. They watch what I say and do because I'm still in the system. Exactly. Plus, we have drug gang moving in and doing the same thing. There you go. But I'm not going to put it on the screen just in case it gets you into trouble. You know what I mean?
About it very much in general. It's like a scary person shows up at your house, tells you not to talk about it. You probably won't.
Yeah, I agree. The strange thing I think about a lot of the stories is that it gets a little bit outside what you would consider to be normal government officials. It does. It goes into the land of high strangeness. I mean,
I take it you are the groovy from Flax's End since there's no answer. Okay, I'll leave you there. If you want to answer me, you can. If you don't, then don't.
When you go back and you read the original Majestic 12 documents that they say are untrue and this and that. I mean, you and I both know that stuff is.
Put that on screen, though.
the Majestic 12, which was a group of men, I guess you could say that.
The Majestic 12. I think someone used that to describe the disciples once. The Majestic 12. They were far from majestic. They were not majesty, but they were with the majesty.
Kind of created the foundation for how to deal with UFO landings that were occurring in the United States back in early 20th century. We have things that seem to not be
That's
part
what I mean.
of,
like the top secrets and that get let out. Are they really? Look, there you go. Extraterrestrial entities and all that. What you like, just yeah. So that Yeah, the top secrets that they let out about extraterrestrials. So there, yeah, top secrets are out. We've let you know there's aliens and all that, but they still then deny it that the top secret's out. So that's just another part of their agenda. It's another part of the propaganda. It's another way of getting confusing everybody and giving them a false narrative. You know what I mean? And umpteen false narratives. You know, because they twist the stories, put truth in with so many different lies, release bits of truth and say top secrets released. We used to lie, but now we're not. Now we're telling you the truth. You know, it's all very confusing sometimes. The full truth is not that. They do not put out the full truth. They twist it.
What would be a normal human interaction between government officials and men. And of course, again, we're going to be getting into some of this, but the documentation that I read from the Majestic 12 really was discussing how to distract people from what was going on, essentially. These are normal art of war type methods of discrediting people coming forward with stories, certain things that they could do with propaganda. I mean, we know also that Hollywood has been doing things like this. I mean, the fact that you can't even...
I mean, yes, decent enough movie based on like part truth, but making the narrative aliens to say, so we could look at the movie and say, see, like, they're putting the truth in plain sight, but they're making a movie out of it. So is it really real? Because why would they make a movie out of it? You know what I mean? So it's putting loads of bloody narratives out there to confuse people, you know? But the films were all right, you know? It wasn't based on the actual truth, but all right. I mean, like I said, Men in Black, I've never experienced them. Some people have. So I believe they could be real, but I don't know personally if they're real, you know? Not personally, but I believe they could be. I believe they are. I just haven't had much experience with that type of thing.
Search for Men in Black without a ridiculous amount of pages of having to see Will Smith in a suit.
Exactly.
And Tommy Lee Jones
and is that maybe part of the reason is why the films are put out as well? So when you search for it, because there were good films, Will Smith, well-known actors in them, that comes up first, so it deters you from looking any further, maybe, you know, because that's mostly what will come up is Will Smith's movies with Tommy Lee Jones.
To some extent, why is that? Of course, it's a fun story, but so many of our original weird stories have gotten hijacked by Hollywood, and then all you're seeing is that term. You're not seeing the stuff that you're actually looking for.
Right. Yeah, it takes over the search results. It's what you think of when you think of Men in Black. I don't think of that movie when I think of Men in Black. Not at all.
Me either.
I wrote the Men in Black right. Universal Show's real. Well, I didn't know they had one.
People do, right?
Correct.
Most people do, because my experience with the whole Men in Black stuff was way before that movie came out. I haven't had experiences with them. Just you know, if I read a book, it's like I'm experiencing the book. So that's what I mean by that. It's
Right,
like,
sure.
Yeah. So that movie, I thought it was funny, but is it the reality of the Men in Black? I mean, we'll get to this.
No, like I'm saying, it's not the reality of the Men in Black, but I think that's the reason, partly the reason, obviously they make money on it as well and all that, but partly the reason the films are out is so that when we think of Men in Black, we think of the movies, the funniness of it. It's ingrained in our minds. Everyone's seen it. Or also the internet thing. If you search Men in Black, then you've got to get a load of Will Smith Men in Black film things. So partly it, isn't it?
But that's a question that you have to ask, is like, these movies that come out in Hollywood, is it a soft disclosure or is it hiding something else?
Exactly. Is it soft disclosure or hiding something else? No, it's hiding something else. Definitely. That's what I was basically just saying. That was what I was basically just saying.
Well, I think one of the
Why did I repeat myself?
The cornerstones of propaganda related to this type of content is that if the story is already out there and it's fictional, the reality won't shock people as much, and they won't even pay attention to it.
I don't.
Dave Banner's still here. I mean, Deb Bernard's still here. And DJ New Moon. I haven't seen them type for a bit.
know.
I'm just wondering because I didn't see the answer because I asked Dave if he managed to get his stream back up, but I didn't see if I got an answer. Did I? That's in the band. No, hold on. I think that's 7:40. That was 20 minutes ago. Plaid hasn't banned everyone instead of unbanned. Yeah, exactly. You should be unbanning them all. Okay. Ah, yeah, DJ New Moon's there still. But I wanted to know if Banner got his stream back. All I need to do is go and have a look, don't I?
About that. This.
Well, the Men in Black, though, making it just out there and ridiculous and this whole fun.
Yeah.
Right. And then you hear a story about real Men in Black with skin that's nearly falling off, coming to threaten someone about a UFO.
This is the one video, video types I've seen where you've got they look kind of alien, like kind of like almost human. Almost human is the only way I can describe it. When you see these videos, but were they real, or were they another way of putting us off the truth? You know, I think probably the latter.
UFO sighting.
Yeah,
you think it's ridiculous, you know?
Right.
But John Keel, back to John Keel. I think for those of you at home, John Keel really was the first guy to really start putting things together on this, and a very, very interesting character.
Oh, he didn't get his stream back up. His last stream was 5 days ago. So no, he didn't get his stream back up. Yeah, I just read that Banner said he was going for a coffee 20 minutes ago. He'll be back. But yeah, his stream's not back up. So I don't know if he knows it was taken down yet. I'll have to ask him. He comes back.
And there is a lecture that you can watch from 1989. You can probably find it on YouTube. John even sent me one the other day where he's discussing general research that he's done over the years on the Men in Black and who the Men in Black are.
Because the Men in Black is a generic term. It doesn't cover just the Men in Black in black Cadillacs who arrive at the scene of UFO incidents. As I'll describe to you later, there are all kinds of Men in Black.
Those images there, these are the ones, the videos and the images I'm used to seeing. I think they're another way of putting you off the truth of it. I don't know for sure. They could be real. I don't know. But if they are that advanced and if they are that secretive, would they be caught on camera? I don't know. There's a lot of cameras about nowadays, but wouldn't they know that? I think it's another way of putting you off the actual truth.
Mystery men, and we don't know who they are, where they come from, or who's supporting them. And some of these people apparently have a lot of logistical support and financial support that's very mysterious.
What he is saying, and from the original source, it's interesting, is a lot different than some of the encounters that we've heard with this like pale skin, hairless, threatening tall men.
This is the X-File Men in Black, isn't it? I'm sure this is X-File ones, or is it Out of Limits or something like that? Not sure. But these are strange Men in Black. If this is real Men in Black, this could be demonic Men in Black.
Dressed in a suit. Sometimes the suits are off, or they don't fit quite right, or they're dressing in the 1940s and it's the 80s, and things like that.
Some of them are really short too. Some of them are really short, like under 5 feet, like 4 feet 6, 4 feet.
Yeah, just in that wouldn't surprise me either. Men in Black deal with the weird creatures that still exist in our world that are hidden in our woods and forests. Yeah, that could be a truth to it. I mean, the Men in Black with aliens, that could be the narrative to put you off, but they are actually hiding, or doing things with the creatures we don't know about. That could be the truth of it.
Feet 3.
Weird.
Some of them are very short.
Obviously, they do more than just the creature thing, Justin, innit?
Yeah. One of the things is that they would mostly all wear the same kinds of shoes with big soles and waffled kind of soles. So that was something that people had noticed about these
Waffled
characters.
soles.
Black Cadillacs, pull up in a black Cadillac.
Yeah, it's always this big black Cadillac type thing, isn't it? It's always that type of thing that you see. It's these are 1/4-inch steel, aren't they? Heavy things.
Cadillac.
Yeah, an old black Cadillac.
That was in pristine condition, like 30-year-old car.
Men in Black get their clothes. Men in Black get their clothes from the Salvation Army. That's cool. That's funny. Wojo. Never seen you before. Welcome, Wojo. It's good to see you. Oh, wow. Wow.
Car or something from the time that, 30, 40-year-old car, pristine condition. Did you know that when John Keel started reporting on the black Cadillac, they changed to Volkswagens?
Wow. Black Volkswagen. It's a bit Herbie. Opposite Herbie, actually. Herbie was white, but you know what I mean? A bit 53 Herbie. I mean, I haven't seen this. It's always like Cadillacs and stuff like that, that I remember in movies and videos and stuff. But like I say, I definitely believe in them. I've had no experience with it. But the ones we see in videos, I think that's to hide the truth of the real, probably Men in Black, if they're actually called that, Jono, good to see you, bro.
Mentioned.
Are you new, Wojo, or have you been here before? Because I can't remember you, but it seems that I don't know, your name's familiar. I can't remember you being in here, but your name's familiar. Can't remember from where. Okay. So you maybe it's from so you go on Sobs and that. So maybe from Sobs I've seen you then. All right, bless. It's good to see you, Wojo. It's good to see you.
That they showed up in Volkswagens.
So they were watching him.
For sure. And it's always interesting when you think about people being monitored back in the 60s, just because it was so much more difficult. You had to have a hard line tap in order to be listening to everything they were saying. And some of the things in some of these stories, there would be no way for these people to know what it alludes to there being other devices that they were using.
Well, you're welcome, Wojo. Well, you're welcome. Thanks for subbing. Have you been sub for a while, or have you been sub for a while but not come in chat, or just subbed? If you've been sub for a while, I don't mind giving you a spanner. But if you've just subbed, I give you the spanners out in the second time you come. But it's good to see you, Wojo. Always a pleasure.
To monitor that have nothing to do with our current systems.
I meant always welcome because I don't know if it's a pleasure yet. Look up Ocala Forest in Florida. Okay, I will do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, because some people had a UFO sighting and they hadn't reported it yet. Then they would get visited, even in not reporting it.
Right. How would anyone know?
Whoever know?
They hadn't talked about it yet. They had just seen it. They thought it was strange, and then there's a knock on the door.
There's a weird note with burned edges, and it's misspelled, and it has horrible punctuation of "Do not talk about what you've seen" or whatever, and it's slid under the door.
Yes, that's the kind of things you see, especially when it comes to like the X-Files and stuff like that. That's the kind of things you see and you hear about. That's the stories you get. So there's got to be some truth to it. But the narrative it's put out, I don't believe that's a true narrative. Okay, well, you can have a spanner. You can have a spanner if you've been sub for a while. Bless you. I actually didn't put on subs only today. Should have. I keep forgetting to do that when I just go straight online. Oh no, I did actually. Did I actually put on subs only? Let me just check. Right, I'll carry on playing this. But yeah, you've got a spanner now, Wojo. Bless you, man. Bless you. Or, all right, bless you, woman. I don't know if you're man, woman, but bless you. Yeah, I think I did. Oh yeah, I did. I thought I'd forgot. I didn't. Cool. Because when trolls start coming in, I put it up to 5 minutes to see if they wait 5 minutes to talk rubbish. You know?
I mean, stuff like that too, like very bizarre stuff. A lot of these encounters, these men in black, well, the
Justin, wardrobe battles, Jojo from Podcast. How would you know that? Hey Nathan, how you doing, bro? Good to see you, man. How'd you know that, John? Hey, Justin.
Air Force, I think it was an Air Force colonel, showed up and was going to interview some people who saw a UFO. He was wearing the wrong shoes. He's wearing sneakers with an Air Force uniform. Things are slightly out of place, and they offered him a bowl of Jello, and he tried to drink the Jello. Right?
See, yeah, you get them funny stories, don't you? So, like, yeah, I believe people experience these things, but what you see, like I keep saying, the videos and that we see, or certain videos we see on YouTube that show like Men in Black and all that. I think that's a way of kind of diverting the narrative, like putting another narrative out there. It's another way of hiding what they're already doing. You know what I mean? By saying, here's the truth, and here's the Men in Black here, and here's the truth. But that truth is actually hiding the real truth. So it's not the truth, it's a lie. If it's your first wrench. Thanks, my first wrench. I usually tell at least one bad joke in chat. That's all right. We get loads of bad jokes in chat. Wait till you see who is it that tells the bad jokes. Oh, it's someone's in Nathan's chat as well that comes in mine now and again. Who is it? I can't remember now. Oh, wow. Wow, he just continually tells jokes throughout the night. So it's cool. Nah, you can tell a bad joke. It's cool.
So you have situations like that with these Men in Black that are just off kilter, and they ask very bizarre questions. Sometimes they ask questions that have nothing to do with anything they've seen at all. Nothing. There was one case where somebody had a pen and they were writing things down as they were conversing with one of the Men in Black.
Whoa, Joe, if you're not sub to Nathan Oakley, I would sub to Nathan Oakley, definitely. If you're kind of new about, you said you've been about 6 years, didn't you? So you maybe already are, but you've only just started kind of coming to chat. But I would sub to Nathan Oakley, definitely, if you're not already.
And the man in black stopped speaking and was just staring at the pen, like kind of in awe, and was, pointing at the pen. And so the person said, you can have it if you want it, and gave the man in black the pen, and he cackled and laughed and ran off.
So wait a minute.
Like really crazy stories of these people doing things.
This link in chat oh, you've been on the chat. Okay. I kind of thought you would have. It's there anyway for people in because everybody in here will already be subbed. But anybody in the replay, sub to Nathan Oakley if you want to. He does the flat earth debate and killing it all the time.
So what you're saying is you don't drink Jello, John?
Don't drink Jello. Before it's set, yeah, I like to drink. I drink Jello before it's set. That's the best way to have Jello.
That's in your stomach, right?
Right.
Okay, so there's many stories we're going to be getting into today. There's no way to cover all of the stories, but before we do, there was a few things that
I don't say Spaniard. I say Spanner. And I'm not English. I'm Scottish. I'm just Scottish, not English. Yes, I've got an English mom. I live in England. I was born in Scotland. Dad's Scottish. I am Scottish. I've got English blood, but I am Scottish.
that were really interesting that John Keel pointed out about these.
Oh yeah, Nathan is a bulldog with that. He doesn't take any crap when it comes to the flat earth debate, I'm telling you. Absolutely not. He won't take like straw man. He won't take that sitting down. He won't take any of the fallacies sitting down. Someone's telling him one thing, someone's gaslighting him. He won't take a gaslighting, that's for sure. But I will say this is also an acquired taste. But Nathan's cool, man. I love Nathan.
Men in Black experiences that I think it would be interesting to go over, which is
No, you're not a Riri. Don't be silly, brother. You're all good, Justin.
that most commonly in our lore, Men in Black are considered to be these pale individuals, very light skin, tall, strange looking, hairless. One of the things that
You did say Scottish, but you said English as well. A weird English Scotsman. Well, no, it should be Scotsman first. It's all good, but don't worry, you're not a retard.
John Keel kept saying over and over is that not only were the people that he was interviewing saying that they looked angular, slightly Asian, not Asian, slightly Asian, almost like a cross between the white race and the Asian race put together. And he used the example of the Lapland people in northern Sweden, which is, if you look at when the for instance, the Mongolian race and the Russian race, you get a lot of people looking like this in Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, the Lapland people, where it's that kind of mix where they still look Asian, but they have also some white features. These were the type of people that experiencers were claiming that they had been seeing. And they weren't just seeing them as Men in Black. There were people claiming when they saw a UFO.
Huh? What you saying, then? What you saying? Again, our Scottish folk is the most difficult for me to understand. Is that right, man? I reckon how. What you speaking about me like that for, man? What have I done wrong to you, man? Have I ever slagged you off like that, Gadji? No. How can you not understand me, man? Come on, just incredible. Oh, messing. Hey, Brad, it's good to see you. Yeah, I'm only messing about, Justin, you know that. But that was Doric I was speaking anyway. You probably didn't understand it. Share referral link, it's asking me in here now. Oh, for goodness sake. I can share the referral link like this. I just need to go. No way, it's a referral for StreamYard. I just need to press the thing at the bottom. I've never had that before. It's a new thing. Yeah, it's good to see you too, Brad Dash. Yeah, if anybody hooks up to it, subscribes to it, apparently I get £10 off or something. Off what? I am paid for it every month. So what do I get it off? It comes out. What are they giving me £10 off? Are they taking it £10 just off one payment or every payment? It should be every payment.
And they looked through the UFO that they saw whoever the pilot was in the UFO looking similar to this as well, which is very strange. And it was darker skin. It wasn't light skin, like not the pale light skin that we keep hearing about.
That's what I mean. Then you got the light skin looking alien type ones and then dark skin looking type alien ones. Is that not just another way of trying to put us off the real narrative of the Men in Black, if they were ever called the Men in Black, And I think that they wouldn't be seen. I mean, obviously people have had experience with them, but to be videoed, don't know. I think they'd be beyond. I think they would know everything about the cameras, stuff like that. They would know how to avoid them, or get the information on them. So the ones that are like on YouTube and photos and stuff like that, I mean, I just think that's another way of hiding the actual real truth. They could be real. I don't know for sure, but I still believe that there is such a thing as these Men in Black. I just think that the ones we see on YouTube and images and all that are just there to try and hide the real truth of them.
More modern times between the 1940s and 2008, 2012, right? Yeah, what do you think about that, John?
There was Keel had spoken about a press conference.
I know, Justin. I did that intentionally, just so you wouldn't understand it. I get it, though. It's the same as if you, what do you call that? French Southern dialect in America. Like it's French and kind of redneck. What's it called? Can't remember. Someone will say in chat because they'll know what I'm on about.
Conference that was, I think, in the maybe 1950s, late 1940s, of a Air Force general basically said, no, the the UFOs are not flown by Spaniards. I think he said Spaniards. And it threw everybody. It's like, wait, what? Like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Well, there were a lot of reports of people seeing some of the occupants of UFOs, and they thought
Cajun, isn't it? Cajun French, Creole French, Cajun French, and Louisiana Creole. So it's called Cajun, isn't it? Cajun. That's what I was looking at, I think. Is that what it's called? Is that the nickname for it as well? Yeah, Cajun. That's what I was thinking of. If they spoke, I wouldn't be able to understand them if they spoke their dialect. You know? I'm just a boy in black. Just a boy in black. Me too. I am actually a boy in black. And I'm very pale.
Spaniard people.
And I'm very pale. I haven't got a bowler hat though. Oh well, I'm not a man in black.
People, because they had a sort of a darker olive skin complexion.
Or am I?
And so you get that as well in a lot of the lore, especially the older lore. Like it was weirder back then. I mean, it was like a weird, more it was different than what we have today. What we have today, when we think of aliens and UFOs, we think of the typical gray with the almond-shaped eyes. It's like that has completely taken over UFO lore. And before that, it was like, hey, we're from Venus, and they're Aryan white people, blonde hair, or, we're Venusians, or we're from some weird planet that you don't know of, but we're all like some version of you, and we look like you, maybe Spanish, maybe Asian.
I know. We spoke about it the other day. You were your family's New York, but you're Florida. You're the first one born in Florida, out of New York. I remember, bro.
Asian, maybe white person,
Tall,
and then they
white,
were like
Nordic.
the Space Brothers, right? They're like, oh, it's the Space Brothers, like Adamski and stuff. Like would write books about the Space Brothers and go on trips with the Space Brothers and sisters, And nowadays it's like, well, this all has to do with abductions, and it has to do with these creepy non-human type entities that are so.
Now that is the X-Files, definitely. That's definitely some of the X-Files. That's what I was on about. They'd be really hard to understand for me. Actually, the Cajuns are the hardest to understand, but we've figured it out since we all small people, I understand some of it, obviously, but whoa. If they just speak English with their accent, I can understand that. But if they go into the dialect, well, I'm not going to understand that, man.
So, how did that take over what was in the past? And that Men in Black are part of that whole past genre, because I don't necessarily think that stuff is happening now, at least in the way that it was happening then, right?
Yeah,
and so
people are seeing UFOs every day now.
Yeah, it's true.
They're seeing UFOs every day because the government told them, number one, it's okay now to look.
Yeah, no, I think there is definitely UFOs, but they're not from outer space, They're definitely doing something up there. They've definitely got something flying about. And other experience with UFOs, then people are just making it up ill or demonically influenced. But yes, there's definitely technology up there that they're using, but they let us believe that it's aliens.
Look at UFOs and to say, hey, there's a UFO, but hey, no, we're going to call them UAPs because UFO is, well, that's got the baggage of the aliens. Yeah. But that's what it's all about, right? And so at UAP, you've incorporated the idea of a drone into it, right? as well. So you've got now this whole other world of it that they're trying to control the narrative around. When to me, no, they are UFOs, unidentified flying objects, and the baggage exists of aliens flying the craft. We should not shift to UAP. Or if we do, we should have.
Well, UAP is probably better, because if the implication of aliens is what UFO is, which, yeah, I suppose it is, then, yeah, aliens ain't real. So, no, I would be the opposite. I would say UFPs.
The whole alien stuff involved in it, because that's mostly what it is. So people have been told it's okay now to believe in it. And so everybody's looking up, right? Everybody's looking up now and trying to figure it out, especially after the New Jersey drone stuff and whatnot. So, but I've always had that big question, like the Men in Black come from that era of UFO. Now, I'm not saying that it's not happening now, but it was more prevalent. At least those are the stories that you heard were more prevalent back then. Back when it was like there were not really any grays. There were grays. People would talk about them, but it was more about these space brothers and sisters that were human-like, but off and weird. What happened to that? Where did that go? Right? I mean, that's a really interesting era in UFO.
Yeah, phenomena is probably a better word than flying object, because the object, yeah, I don't know. I mean, object's probably better, but not in the way he believes it. Object would be better because it is machinery and not aliens, but phenomena because it's the opposite of what the UFO means. Phenomena, because I suppose it's a phenomena. Nobody knows what it is, but so I would prefer that if the implication is it's not aliens, definitely.
UFO research that I get really stuck on,
Yeah, and I mean you should. It's I often say this, human beings are a race of people that it's like they have, I think Graham Hancock even says that, they have amnesia. But they're in denial to some extent too. And even 2 weeks can go by and everyone forgets what happened 2 weeks ago. Never mind 30 years.
Right.
And so okay, I've watched so many videos on YouTube. I've read so many articles, more recent articles on.
I haven't seen the Swamp People show, just enough.
The Men in Black just recently. Nothing is really as interesting as the original John Keel material, because it's so odd. It's more odd than all of the, even though the stories are very strange.
Mothman. I knew about the Mothman, but not that 8 Towers thing. Never heard of that. To look into that one.
Don't get me wrong; they're kind of creepypasta strange, that kind of strange. But
this is creepypasta is bollocks. So nothing real about creepypasta.
A weirdness where you're thinking exactly what you said. What happened to all of this? I mean, and why furthermore are our researchers who are publishing information on the Men in Black not going back to John Keel and the origin?
Oh no, you haven't seen anything. You haven't seen anything until I show you it. I'm only joking, bro. You know that.
Of these stories to understand them better, because there's a lot more stories than just the weird stuff.
Which reminds me, it's movie night tonight. I'm on this afternoon as well, and then I'm on tonight after Flats's. So a busy day. We finished the House of David, so we're doing the Chosen series, which is about Jesus, obviously, and it's got 4 seasons. I didn't even know about it, so we're going back to season 1 and starting from the beginning, do 2 episodes of that, and we'll do a movie. Don't know what movie yet. If you've got a request and I can get it, give us a shout.
There's obviously maybe different groups that people are putting into.
No, I'm not chucking another chickie. Not tonight. No.
The Men in Black category that have nothing to do with one another. There's governmental groups that are potentially even fighting with one another, more clandestine CIA type things. Maybe
I am making up for it today, and I am doing 3 streams. You know what I mean? So I missed 2 days. I'm doing 3 streams. that makes up for. That's me one in advance, guys. One in advance. The movies are you talking about, Brad Tasha? Because the video is because I missed 2 days, I'm not going to be able to do them this week, obviously. No, the Brian, can't remember the guy's name. You know the ones I'm on about. But the films you're on about, I've had if you're on about that car film and that, I can only get that in the movie channels at the minute and on the movie sites at the minute, and they're really otherwise I have to buy them on Prime, and I'm a bit skinny at the minute. So I could look for them on another movie site, but the movie site I've seen them on, they're really quiet. But you'll have to remind me. All right, okay, the recordings. Yeah, I'm going to do them, but I was planning to do them end of this week, but obviously because I had 2 days off, everything's been shifted a little bit. So probably the start of next week or something.
The U.S. Air Force. That's
You don't need to post them again. I've got them in my bookmarks. You don't need to post them again. I've got them. Don't worry, I've got them.
Looking after some of this, and then you have the weird stuff.
Look, I'll show you. I'll show you. I don't think I put them in what. Here we go. There we go. Look. I got them. See? Still there. And the other one. I've got the other one as well.
Impersonating those officers, going to people's homes and, screwing with people essentially.
Right. Well, you have there's a psyop around this. And when you have a phenomena occurring, that's a genuine phenomena, you are going to have, and people are noticing it, and it's breaking the laws of accepted reality. You are going to have psyops around these things, and they're going to be used.
Yes, exactly. There is going to be psyops around them, like I said. Yeah. Bless you, Brad Tash. No, I haven't forgotten. I've got to, obviously, because of what it's about, I've got to tread carefully with them, haven't I? And the thing is, when I put them on, I'm not going to be able to give much info because I don't know much about this topic. I know that there's definitely certain parts of it true, but I haven't seen all of these yet or anything to be able to put a full opinion on the scale of it. You know what I mean? Because it goes deep, So yeah, I definitely know there's truth in some of it, without a doubt. But yeah, I have to obviously tread carefully. You know that anyway, because it's YouTube. And the topic, even on Rumble, when it comes to the Jewish thing and all that, you got to watch.
In order to push the narrative in a different way, or they're going to be used undercover so they can do whatever they need to do, right? Undercover of this narrative. And so some of the Men in Black stuff, now there is a contingent of Men in Black stuff that is truly anomalous, truly high strangeness. But then a lot of it around it is not. Is basically a psyop, or it's being used.
Yeah, I know you think highly of them, definitely, because you definitely do highly recommend them. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Used as a cover for intelligence agencies to run with,
Yes. Yeah. I think maybe we should get into a few of the more famous stories just to kind of hash it out a little bit. Because there's
it's cold again.
There's some notable stories here, and some that people even haven't talked about that go back.
Yeah, of course. But they are videos. When it comes to doing these things live, they tend to be a bit more harsh on them. And he's probably a lot bigger channel as well. Bigger channels get off with that kind of things a lot more because he's probably monetizing that. But yeah, on your lives, it's a lot. You get a lot. It's a little bit harsher when it comes to doing things live. It's weird because you can have parts of movies and stuff when you do a video. Like I've got videos with parts of movies in them, and it's fine. But when you do it on a live, you're boxed. So yeah, it's a bit more harsh when it's alive, you know.
Back as far as I think 1665 that we need to talk about, because I think all of these are have the same context and they're a mystery.
Well, it's like I played Mr. Super Sidewinder's video, not his last video he did, the video before, and he had copyrighted BBC stuff in there, which he was allowed to use. He was allowed to use as a video. But when I played it live, at the end of the stream was blocked. I had to cut that part out. I had to cut his video out because it was live. It's weird, isn't it? It's really weird. I don't get it.
1665. You serious?
Actually, you want to hear that one now? I'll tell you right
Yeah, I
now.
wanna hear
Okay,
that.
because you have to understand.
Oh yeah, we'll be playing them on Rumble, but Rumble is. I did say that earlier. Rumble is brilliant, a lot better than YouTube for tolerance. But there's 3 things they don't tolerate: porn, which they say they don't tolerate, but I've seen porn on there. Definitely soft porn on there. Not people having sex and that, but women wiggling their butts about and stuff. It's definitely on there. So porn they don't tolerate, harassment, and anti-Semitism. So that's what I'm saying. Even though Rumble's a lot more tolerant, that's the 3 things they don't tolerate, allegedly. So it's madness, isn't it? And it's because we know the 1% are running everything. So obviously it's got to be everywhere where they're not going to be tolerant of it. You know what I mean?
And that most people think that the Men in Black started around the 1940s or the 1950s.
You're back, Soggs. No, you're not. Don't talk nonsense, man. I can't see you. You're not back. I don't believe you. Don't believe you.
50s. Okay, that they travel in threes. They're strange. They probably coincide.
Yeah, I mean, I did on the thumbnail. I tried to get it as 3, but there's one guy behind as well that came in, and I thought, well, it doesn't have to be 3. You know what I mean? There could be more than 3 Men in Black, so I left that in. But oh, you're front. Okay. Cool. That's better. Okay, I can see that you're front.
With the Roswell landings, and that all of this is coming from some type of bizarre governmental agency, right? But
whoa, Joe. There you go. It's not such a bad joke, though. It's not such a bad joke. I have what's called Alzheimer's sex. I can't remember the last time I had sex. That's good. I like that.
there are historical accounts where you may question that narrative quite a bit, and I'm going to tell you one of those stories right now.
That's good then, Brad Tash. That's good. It's just what they say. It's in the rules and that. It's just what they say. Whether what they say and what they do is 2 different things in it. So that's cool. But I'm doing it on Rumble anyway. This is on Rumble. I do every stream that I do on YouTube. I do on Rumble. I'm on Rumble right now. Every time I stream, I do Rumble.
September 4th, 1660.
So it'll be Rumble on YouTube anyway. And if it gets stopped on YouTube, we just flick over to Rumble. Because Rumble will be going anyway. You know what I mean?
65. There were villagers in Massingham.
Oh, that's cool. Did a little stand up in your younger years. That's cool. What, when you were like 3 or 4? Because you're like 21 now.
I believe this is in Britain somewhere. Okay. They saw really strange lights in the sky swooping and surrounding the countryside for over an hour.
I know you did. Oh, excuse me. Don't you sometimes come to movie nights? I'm sure you come to movie nights sometimes.
Now, what you have to understand is that this area, the way I understood this story is that this area is a very small village and people were very unfriendly to outsiders. And if you were an outsider,
well, at least it was a compliment then, wasn't it? At least it was a compliment. I've never done stand-up, as you can tell.
You'd get questioned, maybe even interrogated about what you were doing there, probably to protect the other people in the village. It was a more dangerous time, 1665, you have to understand, right? Now, everybody sees these lights in the sky.
We've got someone else that comes in here, Wojo, that does stand up. If you go to Sobs, you probably know him then. Luke, Australian dude. He comes in, his name's Matt, but he comes in as Luke 42, can't remember, 42 something, 42, 27, 22, 27, 42, something like that. Luke, maybe you'll know him. Australian dude, he comes in and he does stand up. He does stand up.
Nobody knows what's going on, right? After this,
wow, no danger. Just as I said his bloody name, he comes in. Hey, Luke, 23:43. Sorry, I got the wrong. I can't. I'm crap at remember. I know the scriptures, but I'm crap at remembering where they are. And I used to be good at remembering where they are because when I was in Christian rehab, I did an exam to get up to my highest phase in the program, and I had to do memory verses and remember which verses they were as well. But 23:43, that is, how could I forget that? Because it's like 20 apart. If I remember 23, I should remember the 43. No way. But this guy, yeah, so Wojo does a bit of stand up and you do a bit of stand up. That's what I was saying there. Look, good to see you though. Good to see you. It's Mandela affected, yeah, of course. Of course.
strangers appeared in the village the next day. They were all very pale skinned and they were dressed head to toe in black. These three men started to ask questions to the villagers about what people had seen in the sky, right? Now, because it was such a small population and you would get interrogated when you go there, one of these guys starts to interrogate one of these men in black who's questioning them. Immediately, the guy is crippled by some unknown force, and he felt like the inside of his head was filling up with water. He couldn't move, which is a strange way to describe what was happening to you. So basically, shocked patrons who were observing this emptied out into the courtyard. One stranger basically said,
do I think there's something behind the Men in Black? Of course I do. But do I think that every anecdotal story I hear about Men in Black is true? No, definitely not. And like I say, the ones you see on YouTube and I just think they're there to hide the truth of the actual Men in Black, you know.
The sky, they came in, right? Said, speak no more of what you've witnessed in the sky yesterday evening. Then, after this, the three of them just start walking back towards the woods, where the woods are, away from the village, and disappear into the woods. Okay. Every person in this village, the way it's described is like any man who could walk basically starts looking for these three guys with weapons because obviously they attacked one of the villagers and you don't do that in this village, right? And no one could find them. They escaped or disappeared into the woods. And one of the strange things is that one of the farmers.
That's it. I've heard a lot of testimonies from from people who have encountered the Men in Black. All are absolutely crazy and beyond strange. There you go. And like I say, some of them are definitely got to be true. People do experience these things without doubt. But do I believe them all? No.
Who saw these guys disappearing into the woods thought that they were werewolves or something, or warlocks. And for as long as the history of that village went on, they would always call that the Day of the Warlocks.
Huh.
Something to that effect.
I mean, and this might sound anecdotal, but there could be truth to this, you know? It sounds strange, but it could be true. Look up Green Bank, known as the quietest town in America. Do you know? I think I've heard of that.
Right.
Yeah. And yeah, it's strange. Now, there's a story from the same year on the English-Scottish border, and that claimed that two pale-skinned, darkly clad men attacked a farm after being unsatisfied with the recollections of a shooting star earlier that month. So just a few months earlier, there was another sighting in the sky, and these pale guys showed up at this farmer's home and started to bully them about what they saw.
And it's interesting because it's like it's the exact same stories, same type of thing happening. I mean, how any way to verify? Yeah, no way to verify the story. It's so old, but this is something that's been handed down from this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder what it originally like. I wonder where the story originally showed. Like how did people attribute this story to?
Right, as a 2-minute video, because I could discover the hidden secrets of Greenbank, America's quietest town. It's only 2 minutes. I'll quickly put it on for a quick diversion. See what I've got to say. Right, so I'll quick look at it. Hold on, let's have a quick look at it. What am I doing? Dot presentation, hidden secrets. So a quick look. It's just a quick one I quickly came across. It's only 2 minutes. Let's have a quick look.
To combat climate change and promote environmental. As the urgency to combat climate change and promote environmental sustainability grows, green banks have emerged as pivotal institutions driving investment in environmentally friendly projects. Welcome to Greenbank, West Virginia, a hidden gem nestled in the Allegheny Mountains. This is not just any small town. It's the quietest town in America.
That's weird, isn't it? There's also stories of the kids with black eyes that knock on at people's doors. That's strange. That'd freak you out, wouldn't it? Demons, if that's true, then that's demonic. That's demonic.
Greenbank is home to the world's largest fully steerable radio telescope, the Greenbank Telescope. This technological marvel is at the heart of the National Radio Quiet Zone, a 13,000 square mile area where radio transmissions are heavily restricted to minimize interference with.
Is this what you're talking about, Sogs, anyway?
With scientific research. Visitors to Greenbank can enjoy a unique blend of scientific wonder and natural beauty. The area is a paradise for nature lovers, offering hiking trails, bird watching, and stunning vistas that change with the seasons. In town,
there's hidden secrets of Greenbank, quietest town. I mean, just telling you about the town. What's the secrets?
You'll find charming shops and cozy cafes where you can experience the local hospitality. Don't forget to visit the Greenbank Science Center, where you can learn more about the fascinating research happening right here. One of the must-do activities is the guided
Gotta be demonic then, Brad, touching it. Gotta be demonic, man.
tour of the Greenbank Observatory. You'll get an up-close look at the impressive Greenbank telescope and learn about its critical role in exploring the.
This seems to be like a bloody telling you about the town's luxuries and stuff like that. I want to know, like, 26 Greenbank went to the largest fully steerable radio telescope. And it's just wow, that's not what we want to see, is it? That's not it. Hey, like chilling, how you doing, Gaji? Good to see you, money. That's not what we're talking about. See, there is something on it, Greenbank, America's quietest town, but that's a BBC thing. But the town where Wi-Fi is banned, the Greenbank Telescope and the Quiet Zone. Is this one? Would this one be any better, Sogs? What context are you saying in? So look up known as the quiet. Yeah, but why? What are we saying it for? What's the context? What are we looking it up for? With no cell phone or Wi-Fi, National Geographic. Is that what you're talking about? Because it's got no. But if that's what you're saying, I get it. I understand if it's got no. It's quiet because it's got none of that. It hasn't got any cell phone coverage and that. Okay, I'll just get on with the normal one, and then I'll go back to it once you tell me like the context, dude. Right, let's just go back to the normal one.
Town at that time, right? That's a very curious thing.
I myself want to know that. I mean, I've heard what's strange. Okay, you got to check this out. Okay, because this is.
Oh, I happened at the hospital. Like, did you get a nose straightened back? Is that thing all right? Like, chilling. If it's a Bobby Moorman.
This is something we need to look into a little bit more. But there is a history of course, criminals impersonating officers to do things to get things. So it's hard to find this information, right?
Yeah.
But there was an occurrence in Britain between the early 1800s, very early, like 1800 to 1803-ish, to about 1880, where people in London were seeing something they called spring-heeled Jack. And I've told you about him before, but we never really got into it. And this rabbit hole with the Men in Black brought me back to Spring-heeled Jack, because what was so strange about this
Spring-heeled Jack
entity, I don't know what to call it.
So it's a type of entity with like another kind of Men in Black type thing. I mean, not only could Men in Black just be like government official type things, whatever, or higher ups, whatever, I don't know. But they could also be demonic, could they not? You know? Could they not?
Screwing around and trolling people, or an actual serious specter of some sort, is that he dressed in a very refined black cloak. And when he would show up people's houses and demand something, people couldn't necessarily always see his face. They thought he was a police officer.
Right.
And then he would do strange things like assault people. And then the reason why they called him Spring-heeled Jack is he would literally jump 9 feet into the air onto a roof.
Just look at me, and I just noticed like I've got 9-10 people in my live chat. Then I'm looking on the YouTube homepage and I see I Show Speed. He's live right now. You know, that live IRL streamer, black dude with some funky dreads. He's got 145,000 people watching live. And I bet in chat there's like thousands and thousands and thousands. Well, right, sugar, what was I looking for? I was about to look for something. Oh, balls. Sorry.
To escape, which obviously is not something a normal person does. And now, the reason why I said it goes back to the early 1800s is in the early.
I'll be finishing half an hour or so anyway. And dude, if you need to get some sleep, go and get some sleep, Gaji, man. If that's what you're needing. Was it a long wait in the hospital? Like I was a horrible wait in the hospital, isn't it? Accident and emergency.
The very early 1800s, people were seeing this thing called the hammerhead ghost or something like that, which was this weird white pale skin thing that people were getting assaulted by when they would walk through I think it was called the Hammerhead Church in this part of London. And so that happened until those occurrences were happening until like the 1820s. And then all of a sudden Spring-heeled Jack is seen, I think it was in the 1820s up until the 1867, 1880, something like that. And he's opening his coat. There's fire coming out of his mouth. There's some type of lantern mechanism. He has like metal claws. Weird stuff. Super weird stuff. And of course, we're talking.
Man, that's probably anecdotal. Or demonic. I mean, I don't know if demons have got blade claws, but you know, if it is, it's demonic.
Talking about Brits in the 1880s, super interesting, and the fact that some people were claiming he was dressed up like a police officer and then doing these things is also quite mysterious, right?
Right.
So yeah, the 1600s, that's very strange. I mean, there's occurrences that go back around this. I'd like to be able to have even more time to look into this more. But that's the furthest back I could find anything up to now, right? And then fast forward, let's just say, to around 1947, June 21st, 1947, we have Harold Dahl, who honestly could have been the case that inspired the Men in Black movies. Harold Dahl, there's basically two harbor patrolmen, Harold Dahl and Fred Chrisman, and Dahl's young son. And
I don't think I've heard this story, Harold Dahl. I've heard a few of these stories, but not this one. Not this one. It says, I know these guys who were snooping around Area 51 who got visited by MIB. They came out of nowhere and then disappeared with no tire tracks. See what I mean? See what I mean? That's what I'm saying. It could be demonic as well. Could be demonic as well.
They were all boating on Puget Sound.
There you go.
They saw what they described.
Always them type of cars. Cadillacs, Lincolns. You know what I mean? They were driving an old black Lincoln from the 60s. That's what I'm saying, man.
As
Madness.
6 donut-shaped flying machines, which spewed out a great quantity of a slag-like substance. One piece of this slag killed Dahl's dog.
Ooh.
Another injured the boy's arm because there was a child on board with them, and the boat was badly damaged by this barrage. This incident did not even appear in the papers until several days later, but the very next morning, before Dahl and this guy Chrisman really had a chance to spread their tale at all, a late model car pulled up in front of Dahl's house, and a mysterious stranger joined them for breakfast. And when I say join them, this guy was trying to get into his house, and one of the stories I heard was he didn't want to let this weirdo into his house, so he's like, let's just go to a diner down the street or whatever. They all go to a diner, and
definitely very strange. Definitely very strange. And like I say, some of these stories definitely true. People are experiencing these things, and yes, there's some people make them up, and some people are mentally ill who believe them as well. But certainly do they happen? Yes, absolutely.
And Dahl said that the man was about 40 years old. He's wearing a dark business suit. Sat down, told Dahl precisely what happened that day. Okay, so this guy...
He does sound a little like David Weiss, doesn't he? Well spotted, Jonah. Well spotted. He does a little. He does. Got the same, not high pitched, but kind of like Kermity, Froggy, but slightly more higher pitched kind of voice. Yeah, man.
Who's sitting down with Dahl is telling him precisely what happened that day, almost as if he had been there. And then he very sternly warns these guys to keep quiet about the whole affair if they value their jobs and family. Now, The guy doesn't even identify himself. Dahl never sees the guy again. U.S. Air Force did not formally set up any kind of UFO investigating project until several months later. We know that from documentation. Hundreds of people in this Tacoma, Seattle area reported sightings in the following days after this incident, but it was branded the Maury Island hoax because much of the slag fell onto Maury Island. 3 days after the incident, private pilot Kenneth Arnold sighted 9 flying discs near Mount Rainier, and he's credited with focusing national attention on the presence of flying saucers in the sky, not Dahl.
Right. Yeah, the Dahl thing.
Buying Timmy from Weiss.
Was not Men in the strangeness Men in Black. We had looked at that one.
You did?
Yeah. That one So even John Keel came to the conclusion that that
He,
one
he thought it was fake. Yeah.
was faked because of the Hanford nuclear power plant where they were developing nuclear.
It's crazy. A lot of these stories I haven't heard. There's certainly a lot of stories out there with them, isn't there? Are some of them true? Absolutely. Some of them false? Yes. But there's certainly a lot of truth in them. Absolutely.
Material for the atom bomb back then. And so there.
Look at the I just noticed in the background there. It's been on for ages, and I've just noticed he's got a Buddha there, obviously. But then I see the poster on the background, big old flying saucer. It's either beaming up a load of people or ray zapping something on the ground.
There were apparently like 16 spies that were caught that were associated with Hanford selling the information on what the Americans were doing with the smashing of the atom and creation of the atom bomb. And so this is in Seattle area. So this is not too far from Hanford in general. So there was a lot of spycraft and stuff going on. And he relates it to this probably just overbearing kind of intelligence, probably CIA, or I don't even know if they existed back then, OSS or whatever.
But it sounds like Foo Fighters is what he was seeing in the sky.
Right. Foo Fighters. I mean, there's other instances where slag and weird stuff has come off of craft.
Love the Foo Fighters, planes and the group,
copper and all sorts of strange things as well. So he had a legit sighting.
True.
It was definitely a legit.
That's true. It's actually shocking how many people have a Buddha statue in their home. They have no idea how wrong it is. Absolutely, I get you. Absolutely. And in the garden, they just think, oh yeah, fat Buddha tickle his belly. Good luck. You know, they think it's harmless, but no, it's not. It's not. I wouldn't have a Buddha. I wouldn't.
Legit sighting. But as far as
no, Jesus was not a Buddha. I don't care who says it. Oh yeah, after his ministry, he went to no. Where was it? Was it before his ministry, between 12 and 30? People say he went to Tibet or something like that. Give up Buddha. I don't know. Tibet, somewhere else. I don't know. Yeah, hey, Carol Appel, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good morning.
You know, data around that goes. It seemed to be warning from just humans, like in intelligence, with that particular incident, not the high strangeness kind of scenario.
Okay, true. But what's strange is how did they find those guys? Think about it. Intelligence must have been very good even back then. If our own intelligence say, hey, there was a guy on a boat, find out who it was.
Well, of course, intelligence has always been good. They've always been, they're all just part of the bloody government, and it's always just been a progression right to this day's point.
And show up at his place tomorrow morning. By the time that was,
but they've always had the intelligence, of course. It
was hours after the incident.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Pretty impressive, even back then.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. Yeah. Who knows? I mean, who the heck knows how they found him? Who knows? He could have talked to some people, and they went into like figure out if maybe they saw it too, and they.
I definitely chilling. See, I never got a chance yet, but I'm storing my bat in the freezer. They say revenges are served cold or freezing, more like better served freezing. So it's all forgotten about. You know what I mean? And then wow,
saw other people who saw it. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, data around that was just it was more terrestrial, legitimate.
Oh, that was an interesting picture. Let's have a quick look at it. I was too quick.
Talked to some people, and they went into like figure out if maybe they saw it too, and they saw other people who saw it. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, have a quick peek at that. Okay, fishing boat. Well, I mean, why is it blasting up a load of rubbish? But there you go. Okay, Man in Black, and there you go, another. What's the car? Is it a Caddy? No, it's not a Caddy, that one. Is it? I don't know my American cars, that the 50s American cars. What is it? What car is that, guys?
But yeah, data around that was just it was more terrestrial, legitimate event, just terrestrial interaction.
Okay, here's probably the second most famous case, I think, around Men in Black, by Albert Bender. This is in 1952, a few years after this event.
Late 40s.
He is a former U.S. Air Force serviceman turned author and amateur ufologist. His name's Albert K. Bender. He set up an organization called the International Flying Saucer Bureau to investigate and report on strange UFO activity being witnessed all over the world at that time. He started publishing a weekly newsletter to it grew really fast. It was almost about 2,000 people worldwide. And in early 1953, Bender suddenly mysteriously shut down the newspaper, which was really weird because the guy was going full tilt on this. He was going to create the first of its kind UFO conference where like-minded people could come and share stories, and it would be a yearly annual thing. He's starting to ramp up what he's saying in his newsletters, explaining that he's going to reveal many amazing things at this conference. And then just like that, all of a sudden, he publishes the final newsletter, and it has this message that says, "We advise those engaged in saucer work to please be very cautious." Of course, there was more to the message, but that was the final sentence in it, which is obviously strange. And then his colleagues were saying that there was very odd demeanor by him at the time where he...
So it seems you're going Old Testament then, chilling. Eye for eye, tooth for tooth. But instead you're going to go eye for eye, tooth for tooth. But I'm going to take your chin, your arms, your legs, and everything else as well, and your head. So yeah, you're going really Old Testament.
He seemed like he was getting very agitated and nervous, like someone scared the heck out of him.
Right.
He wasn't sleeping. He wasn't eating properly after shutting it down. This is the strangest thing too, is he was pretty determined to kind of keep going. So even though he was getting all kinds of messages and things that he should stop,
I'm going swinging. Swing it, bitch. Absolutely, pal. Absolutely. Go out and swashbuckle.
You know, he kind of just was like, let me just keep doing this. Let me keep going, you know? And he started suffering from unbearable headaches around this event. And
unbearable headaches. I wonder, could that be anything to do with being drugged or something else? Maybe a bit more sinister, like maybe something implanted. Eye for eye, tooth for tooth. I'll be fine, but you'll be black. That's a nice Valentine poem.
It doesn't make any sense because the dude was extremely healthy. He's in his 30s at the time, right? And he's not functioning properly, right? And in 1960, okay, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
So he was visited by Men in Black. Is that what?
Yeah. So at first, no one knows why he stopped this entire thing, right? Then, basically 10 years later, he finally opens up and he explains what happened. And he said that he was visited by 3 men in black who appeared basically out of thin air, forced himself into his home, and warned him not to continue his work on the UFOs, or that, from what I remember, that his wife would not be so pretty anymore. Something to that.
That is not a threat I would take lightly at all. If you're coming after my, I know that, like, Men in Black, you know what I mean? But you get a threat like that, I wouldn't take that lightly. Just from a normal person, I'm not taking that lightly. You don't threaten your family, your missus. No way.
Effect.
His wife would not be so pretty anymore. Hey, you stop it. Your wife will be not pretty anymore.
Obviously, they probably said it.
I carry a walking cane with a kind of hooked end. With it's the only weapon I'm bringing up. Don't blame you. Don't blame you.
You said it a little bit smarter than I just did.
You know, I'm really skeptical about a lot of this stuff.
I know. Hey, Can't Fix Stupid told me about it. Actually, let me just get the link for it. 2 secs. It's in Messenger for me. I've just got to copy it from Messenger. 2 secs. Right. Will I debate flat side? Let's have a dig. Right, this one. Copy link. That's the one. Go away. Put it in there. Oh, you've already put it in, you bugger. Right. How long is it? It's not long, is it? Oh, it's 14 minutes. Yeah. Might have a look at it after this finished. Might have a look at a couple of minutes after this is finished, but not gonna watch all of it. I'll watch all of it after the stream, but we'll maybe have a look at a couple of minutes of it before I finish completely.
In general, because I mean, even today, like you just sent me something, actually. It was a podcast that shut down, that decided it was going to have its last episode. And basically,
I can't stand the guy. That's why I haven't watched it, but I'll give it a quick play to see what he's saying. But he's saying he doesn't debate retards or something like that, apparently, or morons. He can talk. He can bloody talk. You know what I mean? Look in the mirror and say that, Jaren.
Outing certain people in the field who are basically all controlled by government on the so-called disclosure, and saying that they, realize now that this whole thing is a controlled theater operation of disclosure by the government, and that
exactly narratives hiding other narratives, It goes on and on and on. A pile of confusion.
There are it's very
a plate of spaghetti bolognese of confusion. You know what I mean? It's all over the place.
It's very dangerous and very dark, and that's how it's always been within the UFO world. It's always been that way. It's always been very dangerous if you get to a certain place. Always. People have disappeared. People have died. Literally by
the word is my weapon. The word is my weapon.
The hands of the people that hold this in the high,
but also my fists.
Highest level of classification. Those are the people. Those are actually the people that you have to be worried about if you get too close to reality and truth on this, and you have a large audience. You have to, right? So now what's happening is that the disclosure.
Yeah, I don't like Joe. Never really have, especially since the I always stuck to him. I mean, I thought some of the stuff was all right. I never liked his attitude as such. But when he did the penis sizing, the offer for a penis sizing competition with Jake the Asshole, that's when I kind of went totally off of him, So we'll have a quick look at it after this, but I'm not going to play it all. I'll do a little skippity skip, see what he's saying. Or I could zap it on double speed or something.
World project is trying to contain and control.
I'll put on double speed so it doesn't sound like German.
Control and take over the narrative and pull it away from people like us, from people who are doing legitimate research. Because in the past it was like,
put on double speed, then that's 7 minutes, so it's more tolerable, isn't it? Even though it'll sound terrible, but let's do double speed on it.
I'm just going to make a newsletter, and I'm going to advertise the newsletter in the back of newspapers across the country or something, right? In magazines. Sign up for the UFO Newsletter Guild, right?
That's right. Absolutely. Sounds like a real coward. Sorry that happened to you. I know what it's like. I've been that exactly. I've been beaten up by like 10 guys in the winter.
Send me your stories, stuff like that, and so. Like someone like John Keel, for instance, was putting all these pieces together and seeing patterns across the country because of doing things like this and being a reporter and getting contacts. And that was
a bunch of poofers. Sorry.
That was the internet in a sense back then. That was the networking, right? And so these people were more small. They were like in a smaller world and they were more isolated. Now you have a lot of people focusing on it. So if the government can throw in these stories, these red herrings, and then control the narrative and take people down, which you can do on the internet because voices get very loud and they can be pushed by algorithms, then they can control it. But I think there were things back then where they couldn't control it as much, or they're trying to figure out how to control it. So, like I say, I get a little skeptical about some of these kinds of stories.
Yeah, of course, you're going to get skeptical about a few stories, definitely. But are some of them true? Definitely. I keep saying it. Sorry, but yes, yeah, of course, I'd be skeptical. You'd be skeptical about them all, definitely. But it's definitely true. Some of them, yes, absolutely. Good to be skeptical about them all. Don't just take it at face value.
He says they appeared out of thin air. Well, yeah, because, look, if I'm just like playing devil's advocate, I can go down the path of saying these guys were CIA or they were intelligence operatives, and they made it seem mysterious because this has already been happening. The weird stuff with Men in Black, they can make it seem like they are of that ilk. That is the paranormal, weird, dangerous MIB side. That is, we'll try to drink Jello, and have the person ascribe it to that. Right? They're already paranoid, but so that's why I'm so super skeptical of these stories. I think it's the government in a lot of these cases.
Okay.
There's definitely truth in that statement, without a doubt. It's definitely going, not just a thing. It's part of it, without a doubt.
Well, okay, but listen to this, okay? Because there is an expanded version of this story, and some of the details might change your mind.
Okay,
Let me explain. Okay, so
at least I don't need a costume for fun to this party. I'll go to the panda. It depends on how. Depends on when you get invited to one. If you don't get invited to one for 2 weeks, then you'll be fine. You'll have to go yourself. You'll heal quick, man. You'll heal quick.
You have to understand this guy is organizing and spending a lot of time trying to set up this whole conference and everything, right? So he's living in
like some calendula lotion on. Calendula lotion helps bruising. I used to put calendula lotion on my track marks. Sorry, but I did. When I was a junkie. But it helps. It helps. It does help bruising.
In Virginia at the time. He's got a 3-story house, and he does all of his work in the attic. Right? He's getting these phone calls, and when he gets these phone calls and they come in, it's incapacitating his body. He can't even go back up into the attic. He's starting to get
there's some
weird,
sort of sonic,
weird Havana syndrome type of sonic thing going on, where he's starting to feel the effects from this whole thing. Right now, extreme dizziness, pounding head, lost sense of his balance.
Could be drugs. Could be something implanted. You never know.
One call left him so dazed, again, he was unable to return to the attic.
That's right, chilling.
Oftentimes what he would do...
BNTF finds humor in anything. Humor's the best medicine, without a doubt.
He had this routine, apparently, of going to the cinema. Maybe
Say again. Right. PJ, as that guest link I sent you is terrible quality. I found another one that's much better, but time-lapse stamps will be different. I have forgotten. I'll get to you soon. Cool, that's cool, bro. I've still got another project to do for Brad and Tash gave me. So yeah, we'll do that next week as well. Sometime, Luke. We'll do that next week sometime as well. That's cool, bro. Don't worry. Get to me when you can. Bless you, man.
Every Friday, something like that, right? On his way home from the movies one night after midnight, he just felt like he was being stalked or something. He was being followed. He heard footsteps, but he didn't see anything. But they were undeniable footsteps, right? Now, he sees one of these men in black. It's a very tall and thin, pale white, super odd appearance. In his words, the thing had an unearthly look, like a facsimile of a person, rather than real.
That's a good explanation of a facsimile of a person, a copy of a person. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Flesh and blood, right? A copy of a person. He sprints home, locks the door, checks down.
It reminds me in Fight Club. when he kind of sees it, when he says, he describes insomnia when he's been awake for a while. He says everything seems like a facsimile of itself, you know, flicking in and flicking out. Yeah, I like that. I like that expression for it.
All of the downstairs windows, make sure that they're locked. I think he had someone else in the home with him. They were all trying to make sure that the doors were locked. He goes back to the attic and he finds all of his papers are ransacked, scattered on the floor, etc. Now, he tells his family and friends that his home has been invaded. The phone calls after that ceased. Now, there's a lull in this period of these events. He's working really hard in this conference. He decides to benefit or to give himself, a little break and go to the movies again. So he walks to the movie theater. I guess it was within walking distance. And, he went to a much earlier screening so that he could walk home in the sunlight just in case, right? During the movie, Men in Black sat down next to him. And or near him, like just stare.
That would be a little freaky, wouldn't it? I would try knocking them out straight away and then running. She forgot away with that. Yeah, it'd be freaky though. Be freaky.
Staring at him while he's watching the movie.
Good AI pick though. It's a good AI pick. I like that one.
He's totally paralyzed with fear, and out of the corner of his eyes, he sees this staring figure, just inches away, I guess, right? So while this is going on, the figure just gets up and leaves, but was still staring from the doorway.
Damn.
Of the cinema or whatever. So he runs out the other exit of where the guy is standing, and he sprints home. Obviously, the guy was trying to intimidate him, and he then in his newsletter promises a startling revelation that is going to come at this first annual conference. And then he was probably, I think he was going to discuss the Men in Black. I don't know for sure. Okay, so then the bullying kind of ceased after that. And then all of a sudden,
if the story's true, then the bullying ceased because maybe they got through to them a little bit. They knew they were scared.
He just stops the newsletter entirely. And the full quote is, "The mystery of the flying saucers is no longer a mystery. The source is already known, but any information about this is being withheld by orders from a higher source. We would like to print the full story in Space Review, but because of the nature of the information, we have been advised in the negative. We advise those who engage in saucer work to be very cautious."
Yeah, I'm still look.
There's a warning right there. There's a warning right there. And comments of confusion.
If I'm just playing devil's advocate here. If I'm an intelligence officer and I have, PSYOP operations to run on UFO groups, and there's lore within the field of Men in Black, and I don't want people to know that this is a government.
Yeah, that's the one, Brad Tasha. It's about that, yeah. It's about debunking the fact that the zeitgeist said that Jesus was made up, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what we're talking about. So yeah, Luke's got to get me the links in that for that. He's got to give me the timestamps in the zeitgeist for the relevant parts of the documentary, and he's got to get a video of another dude debunking it, and we're going to review that and show some of the zeitgeist and the dude debunking it, and we're going to kind of review that. So yeah, it's about that. It's about that, yeah.
Government operation, and these are humans doing this. I would get some weird looking people, put some white pancake makeup on them, make them stand.
Yeah, I forgot there were Men in Black type people in Dark City. Different portrayal of them, but yeah, suppose they were in it.
Around people's houses outside, dressed in black.
You're totally right.
That's what I would do, right?
Okay, so what happens is, because I didn't tell you exactly what happened, because this is the expanded story, right?
Yeah, that's why we're doing it. We're doing the debunk thing. Don't know, Jono. Don't know. We're doing Chosen, like because we finished House of David. That's done. That's finished. We're going on to the Chosen, the Jesus story. That's another series. So we're doing episode 1 and episode 2 of that in season 1. There's 4 seasons of it, which I didn't know about. But then movie-wise, I don't know. And I'm not sure what we're watching tonight. Not sure. I'll have to look for something. Give me a suggestion and I'll see if I can get it if you want.
This is what he didn't reveal until now.
If not, I'll just randomly pick something. I didn't say you were a troll, Canada, did I? Somebody else thinks you're a troll. That's not my. I didn't say that's not my opinion.
1962. So he's confronted by 3 identically tall men in black. One was a man in the cinema. One now they come to his home. This is what I understand. They flash a government badge. They push him into his house. They ushered him into the living room where they informed him he was to cease any and all UFO investigations. Now, the men are in black suits, threatening expressions on their face. They walk in, they make demands, and the 3 men who know that you know what the saucers really are fixing basically this ice cold stare at you, right? That's what's going on. So the man who'd been following him all summer stated his colleagues would harm him if he continued publishing info on UFOs. So the men in black basically said they would harm him. So next month or so after this guy Bender is experiencing bouts of extreme dizziness, sickness, headaches, memory loss, lethargy. He didn't believe the men in black were government agents. The men in black.
Not today, I haven't been, Jono. Not today. You kind of insulted me earlier, but you know what I mean, I'll let that go.
Told him they were not from this earth. That's what happened, whether it's true or not.
Right. Well, so I have a reason for not. Okay.
But do I think Canada Spaceman's a troll? No. I just disagree with them on something, that's all.
I have a reason. I have my own reasoning for not believing a lot of the stories when the men in black are being threatening. And we'll get to that. But, you know, I think first we should probably go more like dig into the John Keel stuff.
Yes, and with that said, we won't be sharing that here because on the next podcast, we're going to keep going into the men in black, and John's going to reveal more about what he's thinking, and we're going to go into a lot more stories on this and try to explore this because the stories do, in fact, get...
I think he's talking about Justin Incredible because Justin Incredible says he got troll vibes from him. That's what Justin Incredible thinks. That's fine. That's fine. I didn't say I think that. But Justin Incredible's cool with me. I'm cool with him. I don't think I have to watch Justin Incredible at all. He's my friend as far as I'm concerned. So I don't think he's on about you, Brad Tarr. I think he's just on about Justin.
Weirder and weirder and just bizarre stories, if they're true. And hopefully some of them are. John's going to reveal that on the next episode. If you like this episode and want more, please consider...
I'm cool with Canada. I don't like the fact he insulted me, but I'm cool with Canada. If he wants to be here, he can be. If he doesn't want to be here, he doesn't have to be. It's simple. You know, I'm cool with him. He didn't call you a troll. He said you got troll vibe. He got troll vibes off you. He didn't call you 100% troll. He said he got troll vibes off you.
Consider supporting our work by pledging on our website, themetaphysical.tv.
Yeah, with your help, we can make more episodes, more merch, which Rob designs himself, and more exclusive videos. And you can also get a bag of delicious metaphysical coffee if you want your mornings to be interstellar.
And remember to like and subscribe to help the channel grow as well. And with that, we hope you thought this episode was out of this world.
I think he was calling people friends plural, Canada, as in everybody. I don't think he said personally to you, friend, did he? I think he was calling everybody friends. So I'm not going to take any sides. I love Justin. I'm cool with Canada. It's all good. Oh, is that finished? Oh, it's finished. I didn't know it finished. No way. Okay, we'll have a look at that dumb shit. What's his name? Schillinism? Schillinism? Was that his name? Schillinism. Something like that. Old Schillinism. Saying something about not debating flats or something. He wouldn't debate flats or something like that. Let's have a look. Oh, what shit he's talking about. Share screen. Will I debate flat side? I don't think flat side will debate you, to be honest. It's not anymore. I mean, you're an anti-flat earther. You stopped debating them, so he wouldn't debate you. Jesus. No. Don't say things like that, Canada. I like you as well, but I'm not going to. Look. Black people are my brothers as much as you're my brother, and a Chinese person, my brother, as much as an Arabian person can be my brother, you know. You've got your own experience and feelings on that, but I don't want to know about that, dude, because I think you're completely wrong on that. Completely wrong. But am I cool with you? I'm fine with you. I'm very cool with you. And I do like you. I don't like that thing that you said, but there you go. Right, let's double speed it. It's here, isn't it? Yeah, it's here. Right, shall we double speed it or just... let's see if it goes too fast if we double speed it, though. We'll double speed it for now. See if it goes a little fast or what.
Am I right? We're good? Cabron Jefe, your flat earth phase was like my cousin's marriage, full of bad decisions and ended in humiliation.
No, that's too fast. We'll have to slow it down a little. 1.5. We'll have to do 1.5. So it might take 10 minutes.
Dude, what place are you in to give advice to people, Jaron? You aren't emotionally in the right place to give advice to anyone currently. Hope things turn around for you. Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. Do you understand? Your basis of whether I'm emotionally in a place to tell you the truth or not is based off your belief. I'm giving you evidence and facts and truth. You believe lies. So, of course, you look at me like, what, this guy's talking?
Where's your evidence and facts? You used to give evidence and facts, even though you were shilling about it, but you used to give evidence and facts, but now you're giving bullshit like the other anti-flat earthers. Show me your truth.
You're saying things I don't believe in. This is ridiculous. How are you in a place to tell me things I don't believe in? Because it's the truth. You just aren't awake yet. And here's the thing. I know that somewhere in your life, unless you die a flat earther, somewhere in your life, you're going...
How hypocritical can it be? You're not awake yet. You used to say that about the Globers when you became allegedly awake. And now you're saying that again. How is anybody got to trust you, dude? How?
going to realize that I was right the whole time. Not the whole time 10 years ago. I mean, I was right the whole time telling you to get out. You are going to ruin...
How can you say... What? I was right the whole time. How can you say that? When you weren't... If you were... You were right at one point about certain things, obviously. But now you're not. So how can you... If you've gone against what you were right and you think opposite of it, how can you be right the whole time, you weirdo?
In your life. You're going to ruin any chance you have of getting a job. You're going to ruin any chance you have of finding a decent girlfriend, boyfriend. Because eventually, your ugly side is going to turn up. Okay? I hope you guys don't hear that noise. It's absolutely annoying.
It is annoying. Hey, babe. Hey, babe.
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing? How you doing?
I've just woke up. I put the telly on and seen you were live. I was like,
I went live. I woke up about 5:30. Couldn't get back to sleep, so I just went live. I slept though all night. So I thought I'd go live. Just found something to come across. And I'm nearly finished. I've finished the topic. I'm just going through. This is a video Jaron put out, Shillinism put out about saying, oh, would I debate Flattoid? No, he says no in it apparently because he's a moron or something. Flattoid wouldn't debate him because he's an anti-flat earther. And he's not having anything to do with them. You know what I mean? So, which is, I put it on 1.5 because it's a 40-minute video and I don't want to listen to him too long and I don't want to hear his voice. Brad Tash, I don't hear his voice either. So it's speeded up so it doesn't sound exactly like him. You know what I mean?
Hi, Jono. Hi, Chillin.
Vicky's up.
Hi, Brad and Tash. Hi, Canada.
Have you got anything to say, babe? Say it. On this, I mean.
Oh,
It's like
look,
scratch. All right. So
what?
I'm pretty new to flat Earth. Really, it's only been what nearly.
I know,
2
but he's
years.
on about being flat. He's not on about. He's saying he gives facts and proof now, but wasn't he giving facts and proof before?
So what he's saying is he lied and grifted for years.
Yep.
And now he's saying he's telling the truth. Do you know what I would never believe somebody who has been adamant that they found the truth and then they turn around and change their mind. Like it's weird, isn't it? Like no.
Exactly.
And to be fair, anyone that watches somebody that worships the devil needs to really have a look at themselves.
Well, I just said that about looking at them. I just said exactly what you just said a minute ago. Pretty much.
that's why I don't look at the chat. Things like that just throw me off because that person is clueless. And I get it. I get that people want to just spout off and make themselves feel better. Everybody that you see coping in the chat is simply trying to make themselves feel better for having an unjustifiable belief. They're having a belief that
unjustifiable. But when you would have thought of that, whatever. What didn't you have justifiable shit then? What? What the hell?
What's Canada on about? I'm not going to argue with Vicky. I know she's like PJ. I've seen her video recently about discrimination or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
racism.
Yeah, well, no, it's fine.
It wasn't discrimination, it was racism.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine, Dan. I said you're fine. You just don't, you've got a different belief from what I believe. I don't want to hear it in here. As long as you don't bring that crap up, then it's all good.
that does not match anything. They don't have a map. They don't have a model. They can't explain the sun. They can't explain the moon. They can't explain the stars. Do you understand that? No explanation at all. Yeah. And yet they're telling you that they know the way.
Absolutely. Read that, babe. 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 Oh, going to the toilet. Jeremy hates facts and truth. It's unbelievable how someone can be that way. Be the way he is. Taking down to actual good, honest people like Flat. Exactly. Talking down, sorry, not taking down.
Did you shout me?
Yeah, I was asking you to read that. It's all right, it's cool.
Oh, sorry, I was shutting the back door.
That's all right.
The world works and that they know what it's not. No, they don't. They don't. Okay, we can have beliefs or we can have feelings about what we think, but then when those things are proven to us to be incorrect, then we have to change our story. I bring back the idea of the little tiny bugs in our stomach. If somebody told you that and there was no such thing as a microscope, you would laugh at them. Yeah, right. There's no little bugs in my stomach, you stupid idiot. I'd be sick. They'd be coming out of my mouth and nose.
Well, you can't get little bugs in your stomach. If you swallow insects, you've got bugs in your stomach, and yeah, people swallow insects, bugs in their stomach.
But guess what? Because we all know that microscopes exist, that somebody has taken the bile inside your stomach, they've put it onto a petri dish, they've looked at it through a microscope and said, shit, look at, there's little tiny bugs.
Oh, you're talking about germs, are you? I see. That's what you should be called, germsinism. Because you're a germ, a virus. You're a plague on, well, you are on Flat Earth. And now you're just a plague on YouTube. Anti-flat earthers are a plague. You're a virus, dude.
Crawling around in there. So we all believe.
Sounds like you, Jeremy. Sorry. Am I being a bit critical, being a bit harsh? No.
Believe it. Why do we believe it? Why do you believe that there are little bugs in your stomach? They don't match your senses at all. Why do you believe it? Oh, maybe it's this.
Well,
a little better. Why do you believe that?
He has to. He has to. He's got another narrative to try and prove now, isn't he? So he has to talk crap, talk lies.
Think of all the things that we only know because people have looked into it further and they've come to the conclusion. Let me ask you this, Flat Earthers. If you have a broken leg, if you need a heart surgery, are you going to let Shane St. Pierre do your...
It's a good one, isn't it, John? Germanism. Is that one attributed to me? Did I make that one up? Germanism. It's a cracker. Germanism. That's a beauty. It's actually, I didn't even think about it when I said it. It's quite good, actually. He's a virus. Germanism.
If you're spotting ads like,
I think we've had, the mod thing.
What mod thing?
The mods on Flatses.
Yeah, what about it? Oh, yeah.
I think he's removed all the spanners again.
Has he?
It looks like it, because I went in comments and AA has commented and I went to ban it and you can't.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Yeah,
like he's done it multiple times.
he's done it. He'll give people them back. He'll give people them back. Well, I don't know who he'll give them back, but I'm sure we'll get them back.
No, like, yeah.
Well, you want?
We know the drill.
Well, that's it. That's it. He's
We've
done it
been through
before.
it enough
But he's
times.
probably thinking, because people have been whinging about it, that it might be to do with mods. It's nothing to do with the mods. Other people can't chat. He's got rid of everybody and other people, and he didn't even have to do that. But it's up to him.
Your heart surgery? I wouldn't. Are you going to let Alan from Space Audits fix your broken leg? I wouldn't.
Or
are you going to let them tell you where you live? I wouldn't. Are you going to let Steve Falconer, who doesn't understand the globe model, tell you the globe model's false when he doesn't understand it? Or are you going to go to somebody who does? I'm not saying that's me. Go to somebody who does. Do you really think that every professor in every college is so stupid that they are just teaching lies and they've never looked into any of them? Do you realize that a lie must have some...
You used to call them liars, dude. Oh, how can that change? Even though, just say your belief changed, how can you then say that they're telling the truth? Come on.
Yeah, it's weird.
Isn't it? Even just changing your point of view, how can you then say they're telling the truth? Come on.
I'd love to know, for somebody who says that we're all flat earthers lying and that now, I'd love to know how much money he's made out of flat earth.
Oh, quite.
And if you were lying, if you're saying you were lying, why are you not refunding him?
Still is, because flat earthers are still bloody sub to him. So he's still making money out of flat earthers. Why would a flat earther be sub to him now?
No, I have no idea.
Stupid.
Truth to it, or else it's very obvious.
Or, I mean, I can understand being sub to him to see what crap he's talking about. I mean, I wouldn't be, but I can understand that. But not going watching him and participating and giving him money. Sack that shit.
So I hope that you wake up. I hope that you have a better life because of realizing that this was just, hey, a little detour off the truth, but you found the truth and then you can go forward with it, and it's empowering. It's empowering. You feel better. You feel more relaxed. You feel more, and the only thing upsetting me is flat earthers. So I need to remove them from my life because they will continue to pester me, to make videos like Steve made. When Jaron, he's never been to either of these bases. Jaron's never. I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going to listen to that. I'm not going to even care. So expect to see all the hate videos. Expect to see.
He actually he tried to sound like Witsit then, because Witsit does that little. Not me. He tried to sound like Witsit.
Who's
Why?
Wojo?
Say again.
Who's Wojo?
Oh, it's a new. Oh, Wojo's cool. Wojo's cool. It's fine. Wojo's on Sovs a lot and on Nathan Oakley's not a lot.
No, I'm only asking. I'm not.
I know. Wojo's been subbed for a while, but hasn't been in chat. Hasn't been to lives. Hasn't caught me live.
I get you.
Right.
Hi, Wojo.
Wojo, this is the missus.
I'm nosy.
Oh, it's bloody still. It's hard. You can't type in Flat's bloody thing and find it. I have to go into my bloody. There it is.
Oh, you're doing an element.
Oh, because he's changed his name again. That's why.
No, yeah.
He's changed his name again. It's called Creality. Jesus Saves. So he's done a complete. If he's got rid of mods, he's done a complete new thing. He's called. Look, I'll show you. Look.
Oh, I can see it.
Reality, look, Jesus Saves. So he's changed it. He's changed it completely. So he'll probably give out spanners as they come along.
Can you hurry up? Because I want to ban AA again.
Oh, he's in his time. I've got to go and look in there. What in last night's one? How can he be in there if he got banned already?
I don't know, but
he hasn't unbanned everybody again, has he? Hold on, I'm trying to find. Well, come on, comments.
Wojo was or is a comedian, tells great jokes. So does I love Gillian's joke. Gillian's got the same dirty sense of humour as me. Like, we're both a-holes.
Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can. Oh, I want to see it. Hold on.
Oh, you
want to see.
a-hole.
I'm going to ban. I'm not going to ban you. I'm going to see if I'm able to. You know what I mean?
No, I can't.
I'm just going to see if I'm able to. See if it's a glitch.
No, he said to somebody the mods are off.
He said what? To who?
to somebody in comments? No, the mods
Yeah,
are
no, I
up.
can't do anything except report. So no, he hasn't given the mods out yet. So
No,
well, he can't. He can't until he come in his chat. So he's changed the name again. I don't blame him. Don't blame him. Why not? He's just starting it. He's trying to get it all started.
No,
but
but
I think the
he
main mods will get the spanners back. What?
like he said in
Unless nobody's getting to be mods, I don't know.
No.
I can't
You've got
see
people
that.
like AA and AJ.
No,
and
exactly. I can't see
No.
that. Like he's done this before. He hasn't changed the channel name before, but he's done the complete boof before. Oh shit! Where's the video gone? Oh, I'll get it back. Sorry.
I've had my spanner removed about 5 times. I think we all have. Probably more for people that have been around longer than 2 years.
Aye. Exactly.
It's like when he unbans the trolls, isn't it?
Aye.
It's like, oh, not this again.
I'm going to see if he said anything in Element. Let me just play this, guys. I'll go and check in Element.
Lies about
I know, he texted
already out of
me.
Are we right? Are we good?
Say again.
Brad and Tasha said Chilling got hit really hard and had to go to hospital. Yeah, I speak to, me and Chilling were texting yesterday.
We speak to each other.
We speak to each other. No, yeah, it's not good what they've done.
See, you might have put something in live in Creality's live chat, but I can't see it because of I need to log in and log out again. I can only see in my own channel.
But
yeah,
the way they did it to Chilling is just dirty.
I know.
It is wrong. At least have a fair fight, innit?
Aye.
I'm using less swear words than I used in my text to Chilling. Is all I'm saying.
Aye.
No, people are evil.
Sorry, I'll be back. I'll play it in a sec. I'm just typing it back. So he's changing him to
Can you see what he's just said? He said, it's all good sport. No, it's not good, Chilling. His nose bled for 16 hours.
Wow, what must have been a bummer. Well, it was broken, so it does do
and
that.
His cheekbones broken.
I don't. Oh, I thought it was his nose.
Do you know what though? Right, when I text Chilling, because Chilling's phone is like stuck in the 90s. All he can do is text and call. You can't even send emojis, and I use emojis a lot. I have to remember that I can't use them because he can't see them.
Keep speaking.
What?
Just keep talking.
But yeah, a-holes is as bad as I'm going to say online. But I didn't call them a-holes. It began with a C.
Right, back to it. Let's get this a-hole finished.
Chilling, don't say that.
Face was like my cousin.
What did he say? If you don't see
you don't see me for 5 years.
Nah, man, you'll be good. You'll be good.
Marriage full of bad decisions and ended in humiliation.
Please debate Austin, Drith, Flatzoid, etc. before you walk away completely. There's no use. If you think that I should debate Flatzoid, you are not a very smart person. There is nobody.
No, you shouldn't debate Flatzoid. No, that's not it. You shouldn't debate him because he shouldn't debate you.
No, but why is he saying this after Flats has said, I'm moving away from
that? Someone asked, don't know who, Chris Pickle Pants asked.
I know,
please debate. Oh, right, there you go. Please debate.
But why is it even a topic? Like for Keith, he said he's moving away from the flat earth stuff. It's more biblical cosmology.
No. Well, he's not moving away from flat earth. He's moving. He's going more biblical. He's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, I know, but it's not going to be
doing flat earth stuff. But he's not having anything to do with the anti-flat earthers.
That's what I'm saying. So why are they saying stuff like that when they know that Flats isn't going to do it?
Because they're stemming.
Nobody that has gotten more things wrong than Flatzoid. His group of
what? All right, his group of what?
7 retards is
7 retards. So that's including me, Jaron. Okay, I'm a retard. Okay then, thank you
So
very much.
Jaren is a retard.
I
Then.
appreciate you so much, Jaren. I love you, Jaren. Who's a retard? You had the truth, allegedly. You had the truth. You knew the truth, allegedly. You know the earth's flat. Who's the retard? You're the one that's shilling. You're the one that's going against God. You're the one that's going to end up in hell because of this. Who's the retard, dude? You're the bloody retard. You allegedly had the truth. You had the truth in your hands. You knew the earth was flat. Now you've gone against it, which
Do you
was
know what I
probably
find
right
funny?
from the beginning. But you are a shill. So you are a retard.
I find it funny that like him, like look, him and Rachie, like look at the way they talk now about flat earthers. You were doing everything you're saying people are doing. You're doing it now. Like you don't even know what the truth is because you're focused on money. You can tell you don't have God because you have a love of money.
Exactly, John, man. Exactly. I'm the retard. I'm the retard. He's the one going to hell, man.
Is incapable of deciphering truth. They are clueless. It's an actual comedy show. Okay, if you go watch their show with Sav there saying that there's no 24-hour sun and saying, this is what Sav said the other day. Oh, Duffy was talking about Jaren and you could see rockets from 200 miles away. I'm 200 miles from DC and I can't see the fireworks there. Sav, fireworks go about 300 feet, my friend. Maybe 500, maybe 1,000. Guess what's blocking them? The curvature of the earth, you fucking stupid retard.
Oh my God, how can you be so hypocritical like that, dude? You can't even look at the camera. You cannot even look at the camera, Jaren. You can't look at the camera. Do you know why? Because you're a liar. You're an absolute liar, bro. Wow. You're a hypocrite, man.
There's a reason why I can see the rocket when it gets to a certain height and why you can't see.
You know, nah. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't watch him. I can't. It's enough. No. He makes me angry. No.
I just don't.
No, don't. Can't watch him. I'm done. Can't. Nah.
I don't get how that they can say all this after everything. Like it's just weird. But no, there's no sorry to the people that he's had money off and who have supported him for years. He's just going to call you all retards and shit. And that's a massive insult to people. Because do you know what? No matter what your opinion of people, then people probably kept a roof over your head and food in your belly and shite like that. So when you're calling everyone retards, you might want to look at what you've took from people.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Wardrobe just said, like the time Jaren said Jesus can suck his manhood. Exactly. He's filth. He's vulgar. He's vile.
Yeah, no.
He's vile, honestly. Yeah, no, that'll be the last video I ever look at his. Nah, don't. Can't. It's horrid. He's evil. He's an evil prick. I'm sorry.
I just don't get, like, for the people that have been following him for years, like I knew, I don't
Jaren believes in this now. Jaren believes in this crap now. You know
I don't watch Jaren.
Jaren believes in this now, you know.
I've never watched Jaren apart from in a debate or whatever. And I've never watched people like Durf and
Jaren, trolls suck, man. Jaren, trolls suck. You're a troll.
Because I learned.
Germanism. You're a virus, bro. You're a virus. Germanism.
I learned from seeing what other people said about people and stayed away because, like, I don't want to be part of watching people that are just like that. It's not good.
Exactly. Right, let's play out with Harry Mack, guys. Thanks for being here. Good to see us. I'll say bye after the Harry Mack. Can't watch anymore, jamming, and I'll be back on at 2 p.m. I'll put the link in while the song's on. Let's do it. Mary Hack.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I want to know what you do for a living.
Wow.
Is that his brother? Okay. I think maybe. All right.
Man, I would love to actually show you what I do for a living. Can you give me 3 challenging creative?
No, they're not brothers. Just say. Okay.
creative words.
Challenging. Okay, we'll go Camaro.
Camaro. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Right on.
I mean, we're around cars. So.
We are. Because I'm in your presence, I feel the need to say this is not actually my car.
Okay.
That's a nice Camaro. That's American muscle right there, Brad Dash. There you go. There you go. You were talking about American muscle. There you go. What was that one? About 69? Is that 69? 70s? I don't know.
Ask, we'll go automotive. That's kind of a long one.
Camaro.
And then we'll go Optimus.
Optimus. Have to, man. Okay.
Optimus,
Camaro. Automotive.
Yes, I'm ending now. I'm just playing out with this song. Been on nearly 3 hours. Been on 3 hours exactly. So yeah, I'll be back on this afternoon though. I'll put the link in. And then I'm on tonight with a movie night.
Motive.
Yeah.
Right? And Optimus. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm making up for my 2 days off. So I'll be doing 3 streams in one day. That puts me 1 in credit.
All right, bro. Let's get it.
I'm doing something. Yeah. You're doing something. Here we go.
We're gonna see what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. When I rhyme off top, I got them standing back. This is Harry Mack collabing with Daniel Mack. The Mack brothers combined. This my long lost sibling. Every time I rhyme, my whole heart and soul I'm giving. I be on point like an arrow. Plus I be fly like a sparrow. Told you I'm pulling up in something fly. Might pull up in the Camaro. H-Mack, I be that freestyle fellow. This Camaro on some Wiz Khalifa. Black and yellow. Mack, I come up the top and they step to me. I'm making them stumble, G. I get a lot of love off the top and I got more buzz than a bumblebee. H-Mack, man, my heart stays warm. And they love it every time that I perform. Yeah, I really do it for the art form. And y'all know that my mind will transform. When I'm on the mic, I'm helping people focus. And when it comes to lyrics, they be knowing I'm the dopest. Making people listen when I'm all up on my mission. And you know I'm staying driven, kinda like an automotive mobile. I get real. When I be rhyming, I'm colder than steel. Off of the top and I got the appeal. Eating this beat is my favorite meal. Yeah, grip up on the mic and I'll be rocking this. Y'all know there isn't no stopping this. Real hip.
Hey Terry, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. 71 Camaro. I wasn't far off, was I? I wasn't far off. Cool. It's good to see you, bro, but I'm just finishing up. Shame, man. But I'm on this afternoon. Just put the link in. Bless, brother. Thanks for showing up, man. Yeah.
Hopping this, and we on top of this. Mack is in his prime. What's my name? Optimus. Yeah, when it be coming to lyrics, y'all know my shine probably blind you. Y'all know I'm pulling my weight like Optimus Prime. I'm like a freight liner. Y'all know all these other rappers been stuck. I pull my weight off in this game like I'm a semi-truck. Said I'm leader of the Autobots. I'm not gonna stop. I rock and really make it pop a lot. I got to keep it moving. I'm always improving. When I'm all up in the system, I got everyone grooving. Yeah, y'all know I be breaking out the mental prison. So yeah, Daniel, that's what I'm doing for a living.
That is insane.
Yeah, man, that was good. Excellent. Guys, bless yous, love yous, and I will see yous this afternoon. Thanks for spending time. It's always a pleasure. Hear the sunset's free. It's free.
Indeed.
Ta-ta. See you later.